Hello and welcome back to the Slightly Incomplete podcast.
God,
every time we do an intro, something happens.
Right, that's an outtake. Do it again.
No, it's not.
No, we don't do outtakes.
We don't do outtakes, James. Sorry.
We don't do outtakes.
By the way, sorry for the really loud beginning. Sorry, we started. We've been talking for a bit. James's light has just fallen for the second time in the space of like 15 minutes. For those who aren't watching,
practically 5 minutes. It probably will go again.
And there's kind of a running joke at the moment between me and Luke where we physically can't start the podcast until something goes wrong. Every time something goes wrong when we're doing it, no matter what.
I think one podcast went smoothly. That was it.
I think that was last week. That one, because I think we're in a rush, it just smoothed. It went no issue. We've had Luke knocking mics. We've had me and him flipping off the camera. We've had all sorts happening. And then your light fucking falls in the background.
And then my light just wants to go. It means it's a great start to a podcast.
Oh, that means
I was about to say, we weren't giving you a free pass of it not being a mistake to start.
So that's completely in, right?
Oh, that's 100% in.
Mate, that is so completely in with pretty much every podcast start. It's so fitting we're not removing it.
And
Okay.
there goes the camera.
What camera?
Other week, Luke's one.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, don't say it's not blurry.
It did the thing a few weeks back.
It's not gone blurry.
Has it not?
Oh, yeah, you're a little bit blurry.
Hang on. It's trying. It's okay.
Welcome in, everybody.
While Luke's camera's being a bit periodic.
Podcast.
With us today, instead of just me and Luke's boring old voices, you've also got Atomic Yin, otherwise known as James, one of our good friends. Are you right, James?
It's me. There it goes.
And who is me?
Now you can put a face to the name that we've brought up many times on this podcast.
True, because I know
you guys talk about me.
Oh
what?
Yeah, that's how we know you haven't listened.
Yeah.
Man, I really need to check out this podcast.
Mate, when we said that, there was a call out the other week. Yeah, we called out you and Lynn saying you didn't.
Oh no,
we did. They listen.
Well, there was a 15-minute convo.
We literally went like, Archer. By the way, Archer. If make sure these two at least listen.
Yeah, because we knew immediately if you didn't understand what we meant by we've called you out, you wouldn't have a clue. And then
all right, I'm here. Oh, guys, thank you for having me on the show.
James, do you want to introduce yourself properly? Who are you and what do you do?
Hi. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. I'm James. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And I stream on Twitch and I make YouTube videos, kind of. And I also post things on TikTok.
Under the name...
Oh, sorry, under the name Atomic Yen.
You're not very good at plugging yourself, are you?
Atomic_Yen. Oh, you guys can see it on the YouTube right there.
Or TikTok, yeah.
Atomic,
Funny thing is, you pointed up
Yen.
on the YouTube when it's the left for the YouTube.
Oh, it's there. Sorry, I was looking at the vertical clip.
Mate, that depends.
If you want to follow me on TikTok, right there, boom, check us out.
The YouTube Shorts as well.
YouTube Shorts would have picked it up as well, actually, for the app.
Yeah,
for me.
That works. That's
for both of them, it's that one.
Yeah, for everything, it's that one.
Okay,
yes.
Right.
Just that way. Luke doesn't have to do anything. Luke's just down every time. Mine's down.
Right.
Luke, it's good for Luke.
Luke is just beneath him. There's no difference.
This just works.
Hey,
this just works for me.
It's what always works. It's the easiest way than done. Right, James.
Keep it simple.
So, James, what kind of stuff do you stream over on Twitch, do you reckon?
So, right now, I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole of story mode games, which I've always kind of done on Twitch. I'm actually coming up to my 4-year anniversary now, which is kind of crazy. So I've been doing it for so long, but yeah, right now doing a walkthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Classic.
Following by gonna do Red Dead 1, and then I'm thinking about doing like the new Suicide Squad game, and kind of want to dive deep into like Arkham Knight, like Batman Arkham Knight. So I'm sort of like trying out different sort of story mode games and like new and kind of nostalgia sort of games that I haven't played in a long time.
You're doing Red Dead 1 after Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
Isn't it going to feel really weird going backwards?
Yeah.
Well, it's not going backwards, is it? It's going forwards.
It's going forwards, but graphically...
Red Dead 2 set before Red Dead 1. So it's actually going narratively in order.
I did not know that.
It's narratively correct.
Did you not know that?
I haven't played Red Dead 1. I've watched clips, but I don't remember.
Oh my!
Oh, Nathan.
I played Undead Nightmare, but that was about it.
See, I haven't played Undead Nightmare, so I kind of.
I have played Undead Nightmare.
I played the first opening 15 minutes and thought the spawn rate of these fucking zombies is doing my head in. I'm not playing.
I'm out.
Oh no, you'd be walking through a field and it spawned like 15 of them near you, and I'm like, where have you come from? Leave me alone.
Just be on the horse and leave him alone.
It was the bit where like, you're walking the mother away or something. I don't really remember much more than that.
Have you thought of using like just your guns?
That would
have been a really good strategy. Shoot them in the head.
Mate, we're probably talking 10 years ago. I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago.
You was laughing at me with my light falling.
I didn't click play.
Yeah, less than that.
Happened again.
James, it's just going to keep falling at this point.
It's staying there.
It's doing it as a gag at this point for you. It's not. Doing it just
as soon as I call it out, man. Yeah.
Mate, wait for this to happen on stream. It'll be a call out gag that people won't know.
It's just no one's aware.
It's just an inside joke for us three until this goes live.
Yeah, no one's going to understand until this comes out. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, that's the light that kept falling." Oh. That makes more sense.
It's that one right there, the left side.
The greatest inside joke ever. Light falls in background, we go, haha, that kind of thing.
Top comedy, yes.
Top comedy.
Top comedy.
This is why we're number one in Apple, because we're just top notch.
Are we there? Have we reached?
James, we're not.
Oh,
definitely not.
We're definitely not.
Are we climbing the ladder?
No, James, we're
maybe top 100%.
Episode. We're very early doors.
We're definitely in the top 100%.
Are you?
But yeah, the top 100%. Yeah, of course. So, we're in the any percent speed run. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, you guys are doing well.
Jesus Christ, he doesn't understand. That's fine. Right. So
he's getting there.
So a lot of people a lot of people who watch this probably know you through mute. You know, they've either watched you or they've watched their friend. Well, we know of each other through your chat. How did me and you meet exactly then?
Wow.
Because you introduced yourself to me, so it's easier for you. I just said I met you in stream.
Okay. We met on Twitch a very long time ago.
Nearly 4 years, the same as you've been streaming.
Kind of feels a little bit longer. Like we're a band of brothers. You was actually streaming The Last of Us.
Yes.
And I sort of popped into your stream because there was like spoilers at the time with the events, what happened, well, at the beginning of Last of Us Part 2. And before that game come out, and I sort of went into this guy's stream because I thought he was quite just like a nice, smiley, positive man, and I sort of warned him about spoilers.
Was it my stream? Fucking hell!
I'm about to say you must have got lost.
Smiley,
you got lost on the wrong side.
Again, really smiley, positive guy in his hoodie, you know.
That was.
And yes, we sort of hit it off really well, and then he sort of like went into my stream at the time, and then we just sort of like gained a really nice friendship.
That was when you were streaming Rise of the Tomb Raider, I believe, or Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That was one of them. That was like a one-time thing.
And you played it for the one stream by yourself in that room, and I don't remember seeing it ever again in your channel.
No, it was gone. That was it. That was my iconic Tomb Raider series.
It died that night, as well as my dignity did. But that's
bless you. Such a long time ago,
mate. I was 4 years. I was 21 when I met you.
Jeez.
I was a mere youngster, and now I'm dying. I'm old already. 25. I'm not built for this world. Give me 10 more minutes and I'll fix it.
27 this year.
Fuck.
Oh, don't! I'm already 27. I'm 28 this year.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah, no.
Wait, Luke.
I know.
James, do you know about mine and Luke's common similarities, or have we never explained it?
We've never explained the similarities to a lot of people, so it'd be interesting to see what James knows.
The number one similarity between me and Luke. Can you guess what it is?
You're both very good looking.
Well, that's not true. I'm not good looking. Luke's sure, but not me. Nah.
No, I'll take that. I'll take it. I'm not going to take it.
It's not that. No.
It's not physical.
It's something that to have it very similar is kind of freaky a little bit.
Some would say it's a 1 in 365 chance.
Oh, you share the same birthday.
Yes, we do.
What?
The same day, different years.
The same day, different years.
Way, that's freaky.
Oh, James,
and we found that out via a GTA session.
There's a fairly long list of stuff like that that are really random shit that it's kind of really unsettling a little bit.
It comes down to even at the point when we just pack the same players on FIFA within like a couple days. It's just really random stuff.
So this podcast was like meant to happen, like it was meant to be. Like you two finding each other.
Fucking freaky as shit.
Pretty much.
We should have labeled it not slightly incomplete. It's fucking freaky as shit. Freaky Friday 2.0. Freaky shit 2.0. Freaky shit podcast. What a name.
That would have been a cool name.
Hang on.
I don't know. I don't think it would have been like.
I like Slightly Incomplete though.
Oh, I mean, yes.
It's a nice ring to
it. True. I mean, I got that off of a friend. He sent me a message saying that something was. It was originally Slight Incomplete. Like he sent me. He was complaining about something to do with football and went, "Oh, it's just Slight Incomplete." And I was like, "I've got the name, Nath. I've got the name. I've got the name."
And the reason it works for us is because no matter how big this podcast gets, it will always be scuffed as shit because it's slightly incomplete.
That's true.
It gives me a fucking easy buyout whenever I need to fucking don't want to edit or some shit. There you go. It's slightly incomplete. Leave me be.
Also, guys, you should for the people listening, by the way, there was the longest setup period getting this sorted with like the screen layouts and everything.
I get my pedantic perfectionist shit off you. Okay, you're worse than me, James.
Oh, I'm awful.
Yeah, you move your you'll move your room more around than most people do in their lifetimes, and you'll do it in a month.
It's true.
Like I'm pretty sure I've seen you with I reckon over 15 different setups in your room, maybe more. Because when I started, James, when we started knowing each other, you had the corner desk, with the Hollywood sign behind you, with the floodlights on the floor.
Yeah, like the red and blue.
Exactly. That was your setup. Now, man's got fake plants. He's got fucking cupboards all built up, lights that are really professionally screwed into the top of the shelf. You've got all sorts. So, like,
professionally,
you've even texted me at times going, I got really annoyed, so I've started moving my setup around at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, go to bed.
What you? There's worse things at stake.
Go to sleep. Why are you deciding to angle your keyboard in a certain way? Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not even, I don't know if I'm even a perfectionist. I like change.
You've definitely
never
gone easy
happy
over the last year or so. You're not as bad as you used to be when I first knew you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still. We're still at the beginning of the year, Nathan.
Oh yeah, we're 14 days in. Have you done anything yet? That's a yes then.
No, to be fair, I was saying on the stream last night, I was like, I want to change the setup again, and then people like kept saying like, "Oh, your setup looks really nice," and I'm like, maybe I'll stick to it.
No, inside you're going. See, the general consensus is yes, but I think no.
Yeah, in my mind, it can always get better.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Your background's probably the best it's been in a long time. Or probably the best it's ever been, actually.
Apart from this light that keeps.
I don't know. I think that's like a community member. It just drops by every now and then, quite literally. I wish that was intended. Fucking not. It just fucking happens, ain't it? Just is what it is.
Yes, it does.
It's like I say, James. There's no real structure to this shit. It just happens. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But no,
go with the flow.
Wait, how did you guys meet them? Was it just through Lindstream?
No, it wasn't through Lindstream. I met Lind through James. James introduced me to Lind by saying, "Oh, he also does FIFA," and I was like, "Oh." Came across to him, so I raided James. That's how we met. Was I got guided by a guy called Morgan. He was a member of my community and a member of James' community. He went, "Check out this guy, Tom McGinn." And I was like, "Okay." And just like you, how you joined and watched James as he streamed something that he never streamed ever again, I did the exact same with Apex Legends. He was streaming Apex Legends. Yep. So yeah, he was streaming Apex Legends. So I sort of started watching. You know, see this guy in a panda hat, and I was like, oh, interesting. See what's happening here.
I missed the panda hat. Don't pull that face, man.
The panda hat era
was iconic.
Lasted for quite a while.
Top 10.
He's looking around for it. You can tell he's looking for the panda hat.
I was looking. I found my partner's hat, which she used to wear this one, and I had obviously my iconic one.
That hat thing. 'Cause I know you got one at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, that was mine, and then this is my current partner. She just got it from a random.
See, hers hasn't got the best feature your one's got.
No, I can like.
No. It's not even that. It's the. where you just let go and it just fucking flops.
Yeah, and he just flops.
Oh, mate,
yeah,
the first time that ever happened, I think I was in tears for about 15 minutes straight.
You couldn't stop laughing, even to the stage.
I couldn't breathe. It was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever seen play. Because you'd hold it, it'd be so perfect. You'd let go, and then just... It's like the saddest shit I've ever seen. It just dropped randomly.
The saddest thing since my playlist.
Fuck that. No, that shit pushed me over the edge. That made me contemplate everything.
Luke, what's going on with this playlist? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I addressed this last week, but it was a very depressing playlist. The Edge of Emptiness. It's yeah, pretty much that kind of stuff with edgy music, also just generally just sad songs as well. But yeah,
I feel like everyone's got a sad playlist.
I think everyone does, but not many people label it something that unique.
Or even talk about it that much. Like,
yeah, there's a fact that it's come up back-to-back weeks like
that's the mere
it is the you effect. James asked about it, to be fair.
I fucking loved it.
I mentioned it in passing as a joke, and then basically I joined James's community from a raid that I did.
And that was when you used to stream. Now you're... Oh.
Okay, yeah, we've okay.
Yeah, I know.
Even I've heard this now.
Yeah. No, I'm just making the point that, you know...
But your boy's coming back.
Yeah, we discussed it
I said, like, I will be back before March 1st.
Yep.
That is the latest date I will be back, because that is the day after FF7 Rebirth.
Oh, actually,
comes out.
I'm going to address it real quick. Luke of the past. Fuck you. I told you I'd get a guest guaranteed. Bang. There you go.
Oh yeah, that was last week. Yeah,
because you were like, "Oh, guaranteed." Well,
yeah, you said guaranteed. Like, no, that's because
you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that is true. Yes,
and there's
he did guarantee it.
How many more have I got left in the pipeline? I think three more.
3, but 2 will be on the same one, right?
James knows one, doesn't know the other.
So you've already got guests.
Oh
planned.
yeah. Lynn's the next one.
He's got plans.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And I'm pretty
depending on his schedule.
No. So I haven't told you this, Luke. So you know the two that I was on about.
Yes.
One of them got back to me yesterday. The one who I originally invited, and she's basically said, when she gets back in the next week, I'm gonna hang out with her at some point tomorrow onwards, and when that happens, obviously make sure everything's comfortable, because obviously we don't know them. Basically, it's people I met friends through with TikTok.
I was gonna say, do I know this person?
No.
That's all right then.
New.
Okay, so someone new. That's cool.
Yes,
someone new who neither you nor I know.
Only I know. Two American girls.
At the same time, or
yeah.
From the sounds of it, yes.
Interesting. Oh, that's exciting. That's cool.
But obviously I know you anyway, so I don't have to like have a call with you beforehand to sort of make it more comfortable for you or miles ahead, because I can just jump into a call with you whenever and just slate you to Kingdom Come, and we both do it. It's easy peasy. Unfortunately, I can't really jump into a podcast format or a call with two people I haven't spoken to or met yet via call.
But I will be, from the sounds of it.
Ideally, if I'm able to get them both on call in the next like few days, I'm dragging Luke fucking in, just to make it so I can, even if it's like 5-10 minutes, just so there isn't the awkwardness when it first happens. I don't want that.
I mean, the awkwardness that normally happens when I meet someone IRL, like this is gonna be purely for the for the visual, like people watching, is I normally just end up doing this, or just sit there quietly doing nothing, just almost ignore the person.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's really weird
that you're meeting for the first time.
Yes,
definitely not.
Yes, that legitimately one of my mates' girlfriends. Like, the first time I met you, went to the pub, and like you did this at the start of the night, and then didn't speak to you the rest of the night. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like me.
Wow.
I used to.
If you're wondering, I just gestured like a wave in a circle.
Yeah,
like that's all.
I think I used to be like that. Then Care kind of changed me, where I have to be more open with people, because it just makes it a lot easier.
Well, Nif, it's like now when we meet in public, I always give you a hug.
As much as I want to rugby tackle and squash you to death, it has to be a normal hug. Unfortunately, I've always people.
I'm so much bigger than you, and every physical way. The people that are listening right now, not watching.
Yeah, James is built like an 8'2" fucking 200 pounds sumo wrestler.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's got nothing on me, mate.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson follows James's meal plan. James doesn't follow his meal plan. Yeah,
he's on track.
He has a bowl of cereal in the morning and something in the afternoon if he remembers it. That's what he does. That's too accurate. Oh no!
And the hairline's getting there as well.
No, don't say that. They don't need to know that part. You gotta leave.
Mate, you just have to start dropping the people's eyebrow, and then suddenly, bam!
No, I can't even do that. I wish I could do that.
Hell. Oh no! So they're hopefully happening in. I'd say within the next month. I'd say.
That's good.
This
what I love. We get a guest on, and then you're suddenly future-proofing the other guests in front of the guest.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, so we're like, oh yeah, we got a guest on, so we got some others planned.
Yeah, we got
others planned.
I'm like, all right, well,
we've got a guest here.
I'll be here.
I was using it to swear at myself in the past and Luke because neither of them believed I could do it, and I fucking did it. Fuck them too. Yeah, I did that. I proved my own fucking point there, or the past version of me's point. Didn't think it happened, to be fair, because one of the fuckers, not the Americans, I'm gonna strangle them. Mate, I put stuff out in the podcast and I always promise it. It's fine. It's completely fine. If someone makes if someone makes it 20 minutes in and then 21 minutes in they hear me strangled, then they leave, fair dues. I got 20 minutes out of them. That's all I care about this point.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point.
If you can lure them in for whatever segment it is what it is. Like, all those clips that went out on TikTok, anyone who's watching this and in general, none of them I watched or proofed.
This week's ones, yeah. The generic names. This week's one was
the generic one. So they don't have any names or context. It's clip 1, clip 2, clip 3, clip 4, clip 5, because I had no time to edit them and I needed to get them out. So I said to Luke, I'm just going to go through a part of the podcast, do 1 minute here, 1 minute there from random parts, and then just see what happens. They've all got 800 views each. I don't know how.
Very good.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like one of them you got really close to getting the full, like, me being disappointed in you over the confusing moment.
I did try and go for, like, your visual expressions. I tried to base it off that. I was like,
looked at me being disappointed, head in hands, being like, what are you talking about?
Because
that happened a lot last week.
That happens every week.
I mean, it does.
Did you come out with random shit?
Oh yeah, we had an entire episode where that happened. And even my work colleagues mentioned it, which is fun. I basically had a really bad take about football, and one of my workmates.
It lasted the whole episode.
Yeah, it kind of spiraled. And one of my workmates sat next to me and was like, "The fuck were you on about on that podcast?" I was like, "What?" It was like it popped up on my feed. I was like, "Oh no, which one?" He says, "Oh, the football take," and I was like, "I know I was wrong. Okay,
let's just leave it as it is.
I just leave it in the past. I didn't mean to be that bad." And he was like, "Mate,
like James, you could have flipped a coin and said team good, team bad, and you would have stood a better chance of getting it right than he did." Like,
so off.
Yeah,
he was so far off.
I was so far off.
If you just said team bad, you'd have got a thumbs up from the community probably.
I was being overly generous to the point where it was kind of insanity,
and I was just being no.
It was a ridiculous clip.
It was bad.
But then again, if we're talking about previous clips, James, you're an avid fan of Spider-Man. You are. So would you have said Spider-Man 2 was Game of the Year last year?
No.
Although when you did first play it, you did keep saying this is Game of the Year. You didn't say it after the first stream. It was only the first stream you said it, to be fair. Because I think you were hyped, though. I think that's what it was.
I think it was the hype. It's like I haven't played the game. I platinumed the game. Quite an easy platinum. Yeah.
Oh, fair. I know that.
I platinumed it on stream as well, which is kind of impressive for me. Great game. I really enjoyed it. Not as good as the first one, but
I'd say the story's not the same. I think the story's better than the first game.
They missed a lot of story beats. It was sort of like a really good pace, and then as soon as spoilers, Venom came into it, the final acts just sort of like flew by and just rushed.
And
obviously now there isn't sort of anything to do. Like once you platinum the game, that's kind of easy swinging around the city.
I think when Insomniac got hacked the other day, I think they released a plan a planner of stuff that's meant to be happening. There's meant to be another part of a Venom DLC coming out.
Yeah.
There's meant to be an expansion on Carnage, and I think there was something else. I think maybe involving Black Cat. I think. Again,
I haven't seen that. Obviously, they also leaked everything. No, not Insomniac, but obviously the leaks the Wolverine game. I don't know if you guys seen the gameplay.
They leaked everything Insomniac's doing for the next 10 years, which is
awful.
That if you work in that studio, that's got to be the most heartbreaking thing on the planet. Like the Last of Us 2, for example, that entire the biggest plot twist and all that got leaked, and you saw the reaction from that. They've even got a documentary about that coming out, which I can't wait to watch. And seeing everything leaked from the Insomniac plan is, as much as I was excited to see there's a Wolverine game, there's an X-Men game. I love that, but I would have rather if it came out of the blue, a trailer, and gone bang, here's a trailer for a game we've been working on for 10 years. Bang, instead of them going, oh yeah, 10 years time or 9 years time, they're doing an X-Men game. It's like why have you done that to them? Like, don't know, I'll still be shocked by whatever they release. The early footage of Wolverine looks great, although it's very early footage. Yeah, it's still very early because they're trying to mix it up apparently because of the footage. But like even then, I'd play that. I'd play the pre-alpha footage. I know some people did because obviously. It got linked. But they basically send you cease and desist to your internet, and your internet can basically get you cut off from it, which is not worth it. I'm not being funny. I can wait for a finished game. I'm not going to play a pre-alpha that's from like 3 years from now.
There's no point. And if you guys are watching and listening, don't do it.
It's not worth it in the slightest. As much as torrenting games always can be, the more less financially reliable option sometimes. It's unless you plan on supporting them in the future, don't torrent either. It's pointless.
It's no point. But example, that was a massive shame. But obviously there was really big games last year. Like obviously Baldur's Gate 3 won.
It was an amazing year for games last year. It was
Have you two played Baldur's Gate 3? I know Nif, you've played about, haven't you? Luke, have you played it?
I've not. It's not seemingly my kind of game. That I'd play. I'm not exactly a D&D kind of guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't really appeal to me. The only sort of D&D style game I ever played was, I think, Neverwinter. I played Neverwinter for a bit. I played Neverwinter for a little bit.
Fair, so.
But the thing is, it's like now that it won Game of the Year and people are talking about it, it's like now I actually want to play it and sort of test it out for myself.
Yeah, I get that, but those kind of games I don't really play off stream, let alone I'd play maybe something like on stream, but I wouldn't do it. Well, even then, my community was just FIFA people. I think
the only reason I mainly played it is I was curious about the story, because not as in the main overline story, but more of the whole. You can take things in a way that you want to take it, rather than follow the game's linear structure or any of that. It's how you want to do it and how you want to go about it. And then when I played it, I was like, oh shit, I can really just do whatever I want here. There's no you have to do this first, that first. You can just go wherever. And
straight out the gate, you could just go across the map.
You have to get out the tutorial area, because every game will have a tutorial area. And it pretty much says in there what you can do for the rest of the game. You can talk to what you want, kill what you want with a reason. You can
there's love interest as well.
There's love interest. You can for those who are a bit fucked in the head, you can have sex with a giant bear. That's a random thing. I'm not talking a human who can turn into a bear. There's a literal storyline of someone falling in love with a cave bear for no reason. But that's the thing that people love about this game. It's random shit in it that's just not needed, but people love it anyway.
Yeah. I think you're right, James.
It's madness.
And like this clip, if you've slept with a bear,
there's just gonna be one like.
Just one like, isn't it?
I will proceed to not like the video for a change.
10 million views. One like. It just comes up as me. Hands up. My apologies.
was kind of.
There's more than one person that's done that in that game.
Yeah, like there's at least me and My Secret Identity, at least. You know,
Oh my goodness.
There's not just the one. Sex of Bar is very furry, to be fair. But no, like, and then think about, we had Zelda last year, Baldur's Gate 3, we had Fortnite kicking off multiple seasons. What are you thinking?
What's the one you guys are playing at the minute?
Elden Ring. That was game of the year.
No, not Elden Ring. Oh god, what's it called? The top down. What you guys been playing on Lyndon stream?
FIFA.
No, not that one.
Yeah, FC.
No, when you're in a cave and. Oh, guys, what's it called? Oh, you've been playing it. The series you were doing.
Oh,
Diablo 4.
Diablo 4.
Diablo 4. That's the one. There you go.
Oh, I haven't
That
been
came
doing
out
it.
last
Luke
night.
hasn't been playing. It's just me, Lyndon Archer, and other people.
Oh, is it just you? I thought Luke
Yeah,
was
it's not
playing
me.
as well.
No, I
sat
haven't
down,
touched it. That's why I was like,
That was Luke
when I was like,
playing.
top down thing I play. I was like,
It's like top down.
yay.
It's like you're in a cave. I don't know.
Like, didn't you have the Pokemon games come out last year as well?
I'm not too sure.
I mean,
Was it the year
Pokemon
before,
games
Luke?
did come out a lot.
They
What, Pokemon Legends Arceus and the likes? Do you mean, or
the fucking
Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet, I think, did come out this year, but they were very buggy. Very buggy.
With the amount that I think that's it. Cyberpunk release its DLC. You've got
That's supposed to be fantastic.
We're at the end of all the COVID games now, so every game from last year going forward should be how they used to be. Not buggy, not full of crap, no statements coming out every other week about we released it in this state. Just don't release it. Just don't release it.
Just wait until it's finished.
Cyberpunk was the first one, and we all saw how that happened. Everyone tanked it.
But then now apparently it's like
it's ridiculously good now. It's amazing now. It's how it should have been. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The DLC is great. The normal gameplay is great. They're working on Cyberpunk 2 now, which the freeze is back. Oh damn it!
Yes, it is. The freeze is back.
It wore over the minute I put my fucking hands up.
The freeze.
The freeze.
The freeze is back.
And then obviously this year.
I almost want to break into an Arnie like Mr. Freeze impersonation.
And then this year we're already off to a good start with some games coming out. You obviously got Kill the Justice League comes out in 16 days, is it?
Now, guys, what is your opinions on Kill the Justice League? Are you guys playing it? Are you guys interested? Because I'm very excited about it, but then it's one of those games where it's like 50-50 for me.
Did Arkham Knights ruin it for you? Not Arkham
Knight.
Arkham Knights? Is it called?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights sweeping.
Is that put a bad taste in your mouth?
No, I don't know if Rocksteady was even.
They were.
They were with that game.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's gonna be terrible. Don't buy it.
the thing is,
I'm just
I didn't play it. I'd have an opinion on it.
Fair.
I feel like they have more credit in the bank than one bad run of games or one bad game. Like they did, if I'm right, Rocksteady did. Was it the original? They did Arkham Asylum, Arkham City.
Yep.
The Origins was someone else, and then I think
they didn't do Origins. They did Arkham Knight. Yeah.
So yeah, all three of them. As much as Knight was not as good as the first two. The first two were legendary to me. Arkham Knight doesn't touch Asylum. It does not touch Asylum.
No, it doesn't. Story-wise, no.
But then City gives you,
it's fantastic.
More space. And Arkham Knight's sort of like a combination of both, but the story's not the same as it was in the first two games.
It's not quite there, no. But I mean, the open world and the graphics are fantastic.
It was because it forces you a lot, doesn't it, to use the Batmobile, and not a lot of people liked that. I wasn't.
I mean, reducing a Deathstroke fight to purely a car and tank battle was
a bit odd,
egregious.
When in Arkham City, their battle was even in what was it?
Origins.
Origins, yeah, that was like one of the best boss fights ever.
So I mean, like they did stuff they didn't really need to do in Night, but you have to close the game out somehow. And obviously, they wanted to expand on their universe a bit more, and they didn't.
So now we're in Metropolis.
And obviously
we're in
it's the
Metropolis
same,
now.
and it's based after Arkham Knight, so everything that happened in Arkham Knight is canon to this game.
Obviously, you got the Justice League, and then Kevin Conroy's back with his last role as Batman as well. So
yeah, I saw people. Have you seen the Flash gameplay for the boss battle?
Yeah,
no.
IGN.
I'm moaning it's too fast.
It's too fast.
I saw that and I was like, sorry. The Flash is not going to be slow at any point in time. So him being ridiculously fast, welcome to reality. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah, I kind of see it from a gameplay perspective. I can't even shoot him, but then it's like the Flash, so it's like, I hope the boss fights are really difficult in that game.
That's such an IGN thing. Every time I hear you saying too fast makes me think, oh, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, too much water.
Oh, fuck.
Like that too much water meme about that just comes to mind when I hear IGN.
Minecraft, too much mining.
Too much block.
I used to use IGN as almost like the poking post to figure out like where games were and if they were worth my time. Same with games and like same with TV shows and films. If IGN, and this was, I'm talking when I was like under 14, 15, I used to always think, oh, they've done it well. Oh, they've said it's great. Oh, I'll do it then. Yeah, why not? I'll play it. And I always used to agree with their opinions. Now they're just so full of fucking shit. Don't know why I'm using.
You know what? There's a YouTuber that I watch, a channel called Worth a Buy.
Right.
And
is it like before you? Is it worth it or before you buy with like a question mark?
Basically, yeah. He gets the game, he plays it.
Yeah.
He's the funniest guy I've like ever met, and he swears every sentence. And he actually tells you if the game is
lie. He's just fucking shit.
He doesn't lie, and he's brilliant. So I always wait for him to like review the game, and I'm like, yeah, that's.
I watched his video before buying Diablo 4. I also watched his video before Cyberpunk, and he slated it, but he did say there are some people haven't got buggy versions, and I was like, oh, that might be the key part for me. And I didn't have that much of a buggy version, so I was quite happy with it. That's why I completed it, because when other people weren't bothered, because I had a fairly bug-free run, to be honest. I wasn't bothered by it. But no, I really want to play the new that game simply for the fact I forgot his name. Kill the Justice League.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's Kill the Justice League. Mainly because I'm really curious about how it lays out. Like, do they all die at the end? Does it expand into another game?
I mean, the cinematic, like the graphics and like even the gameplay, like it looks so fast paced.
It looks actually fun as well. It doesn't look like it's
really fun.
Like Gotham Knights looked a bit clunky. This just looks amazing.
It looks smooth. And playing with your friends as well.
That'll be a massive thing.
That would be good.
Good.
Is that the first game Rocksteady's done in the Batman series where it's multiplayer?
I believe. Well, they did multiplayer for. Oh god, they did multiplayer for.
City might have had Catwoman gameplay.
No, it was actually multiplayer mode. Like it was like TDM. I think it was Origins.
A team.
Well, that would have been Rocksteady with it.
They had like a little. They had a little multiplayer thing. I'm pretty sure.
Because Rocksteady never did Origins, did they?
No, so it wasn't
Rockstar. So Rocksteady have never done one in that universe. So if they can pull it off well, fair dues. Like I was skeptical of the gameplay, and then I saw them using like different Justice League members' powers or tools of their powers, and I was like,
yes,
that's how they do it. Then I like that because, like, let's face it, the members they've chose for the Justice League can't do anything against the Justice League without some kind of help. So seeing them actually have the tools to do it with Amanda Waller, I'm like, that's what I want.
Well, then I kind of don't like it where they've all got guns as well. Like Captain Boomerang, he's got his boomerangs, but he's got like a shotgun and an SMG.
I reckon
King Shark, he's got his minigun.
I reckon it'll be a loadout kind of thing. I think you can pick up weapons and stuff. I'm hoping. If you've got default weapons and you can't switch them, that's going to be really disappointing.
Yeah,
and I hope it doesn't get boring quick. Another point.
That's the main hope, but. I also am kind of in the pie where if it gets boring quick, but if the story carries me, that's still enough for me.
Yeah.
Like for a really good example
Hopefully the story's good.
Last of Us 1, not the greatest gameplay on the planet, but the story did everything.
Oh, story was iconic.
And then then the switch of Last of Us Part 2, the gameplay's 1,000 times better, but the story isn't what it was in the first game. Something's always sacrificed in these things in order to balance it out at some point. Like the third game, you'd hope, whenever it gets announced and made, has a good balance to both. I kind of want a more prerogative on just ending the story well. Because it sets it up
I was talking to Lyndon about this, and he'll be on a guest on the podcast next, I believe. But I was saying to him, I was like, obviously Ellie, she's immune.
Yeah.
And in part 2, the completely just don't do anything with that. Like, why is she immune? Like, what is going on with her? Like, I need, like, in the Fed game, I'm just like, right, I want to sort of have her on a journey of discovery. Like, she needs to sort of figure out what's going on with this.
I kind of think that's why 2 went the way it did. Because if you think about the way 2 was set up, is they've just not closed the story, they've closed the door on part 1. They, she's, spoiler, Joel took her from the people who could make the cure. There's now no apparent cure in the entire world that can be done because the people who could do it are all dead, right? So in terms of the world at that point, there's nothing else that can be done. There's Ellie mourning over what she could have been. There's Ellie being upset at Joel for doing it, which she was. So that's one thing that they could have done, which they did it. But then life at the what's it called? The village or community. That takes over. Then the events of part 2 kicks off. And that then sort of, it's a whirlwind, isn't it? Because you go straight from that to we're hunting down every fucker in the city. And then it ends again in the middle of nowhere at the kind of like the beginning of part 1 again. No, sorry, beginning of part 2, where it's a brand new circle again. Now she's by herself going to look for Dinah. Or Dinah. Did I say it right this time? Please don't tell me.
You didn't say it right that time.
You said it completely wrong.
Yes.
You said it the same way
that's why
that
I
you did before, and it was wrong.
I wanted to make sure it was wrong. I was hesitating like...
So everyone who listened, he meant Dina.
We discussed this pre-pod as well. That's wrong.
It's now Dinah now.
But you even sort of on camera, you was like, huh? I got it.
Yeah, because I was like,
I got
it wrong again.
No, you didn't.
No, I was aiming for it to be wrong again.
I
couldn't remember if it was right or wrong. I was like, I'm hoping it's wrong, and it was.
So yeah, Dina.
Yeah, so obviously she's now looking for her. So you've got that, and then the closing off Abby's story. Now, during that time, it's the whole, she's going to be finding herself quite literally while looking for she who should not be named, and Abby. Because that at that point, all that's left in that story. You can obviously elaborate on the cure and see where that goes and that kind of stuff, but if all the people supposedly in that world are dead who can do it, there's not really much more you can do. If you've killed off the one connection in the world and you don't introduce a new branch, it's kind of like digging up a grave from nowhere, isn't it? It's like if you randomly go, oh yeah, there's a place up in Wisconsin that can do it for you. It's like, well, where was that mentioned in the first game? Why was it not mentioned again? Like, so it kind of makes sense why at this point nothing's been mentioned. I also don't think they'll do part 3 for a long time still. I think they've got...
I believe they've got to do it.
Yeah, if they don't do part 3, it's kind of annoying a little bit because you can't set up the end of part 2 how they've done it and not finish it off.
Well, it was the same with part 1. They didn't have to make a second game. Like, they could have just left it as this big open sort of thing, but then they decided to do it. But I feel like if the third game is like really good story, like they improve on everything, solid series for me.
Yeah.
If it's... Well, 2's not even a bad game. It's just...
It's a fundamentally brilliant game.
Like, I call it Depression, the game.
Because there's nothing good that happens in it. It's literally
it's worse
everything happy and wholesome that happened in the first game, they kill it in the second game, which I think is needed though. You can't.
Neil Druckmann wanted the response. He wanted that.
Well, that's why I'm looking forward to this documentary. I'm actually looking forward more to the documentary than the remaster. I really want to play remaster because everyone who still haven't seen it. But I remember that promo I showed you about it's for £10 for those who have already got part 2. Yes. Or part 1. Like, if that's still the case, I'll gladly still pay £10 for it. That's a fucking bargain. But the documentary, I've seen a trailer for it already. Have you seen it? Where they're
I haven't.
They're discussing killing Joel, and then is it Troy Baker who plays him, right? He goes, "You're going to piss a lot of people off," and he goes, "I know." So they fully discussed everything about why. And so I want to see their original reactions to it and see if they agree with it and don't argue it, or if they argue with it but they agree with it. I want to know if it's one or the two. I want to see if they've gone, just let Neil do his thing, or yes, I think that's right for the character. Because I'm at peace then, because I think if the guy who can pull up, who is the character in Joel, who's happy with his ending, turns around and goes, I'm kind of glad they did this, or I'm glad the progression went this way, I'm at rest with that then. As much as the public opinion might be different, because no one knows it better than the person who was the character.
100%.
Because if they've built the character up, they've embodied the character, they are the life of the character. If they've suddenly decided, no, that is the right thing to do, good choice, makes sense to me. Progression, it makes sense to them.
I think the thing that me and a lot of people had a problem with was the fact when we played the first game, and then obviously there was a remaster for like PlayStation 4, I believe. And then when did the first Last of Us game come out? Like 2013?
I'm
going to say 12 or 13.
I was going to go.
What's the age gap between like the first and the second game? Like how many years would that be? It wasn't like 10, was it?
9 years. I want to say 9 or 10 years. I'm going to say.
So it was like
couldn't have been 10 years.
14th of June 2013.
Wow. Okay.
So 6 years, 7 years, 6 years.
So for me, it's like the first game ended on such a cliffhanger, and we waited like 7 years, and the main character dies within like the first not even an hour.
But that's the thing. I don't think they ever built the universe to do more than one game. I think they kind of went, this is the game we want to make. This is how it starts, goes, ends. And there's no potential for a second game. I think they're going to go, this is how we could end it. There's something we can build on, but there's probably not a lot they can build on. Because realistically, there's like everyone who gets mentioned in the second game, brand new characters, brand new stuff, because they hadn't planned it. Like there's no shame in a studio admitting that. Like they waited half a decade to make a second game, and people didn't agree with the start because they'd waited so long. They built the game up so much, their expectations got the better of them. It's just, unfortunately, that's the reality of some games. Is if you leave it too long, sometimes leaving it isn't the best thing to do. But I also don't think a game every year is a good choice either. Like a new Assassin's Creed every year stinks. A new Call of Duty every 6 months.
A new COD, stinks. You can't do that.
No, you know about the new COD.
Exactly. You refunded the newest one.
I did, because it sucks.
It stunk. Like I saw you play it, and I've never seen you have that kind of reaction to one before. I was like, ever seen him saying to Luke, I've never seen him react like this.
I was like, oh, this is new. I'm here for it. I'm watching this. I'm like, this is insane. Do not buy this game.
I was like, I like streaming new games that come out, and the latest COD, Modern Warfare 2, 3, 2. I don't know what it is now.
I think it was 2.
3.
It was 3.
Modern Warfare 3. It came out, and I was like, ooh, if you pre-order the game, you get the campaign like a week early. And I was like, oh, nice. I can stream it. I can make like content on it and videos on it like a week before a lot of people can get it.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. This could be like really good for the channel. Played about, like Luke said earlier, like I think I played like 4 missions, maybe. Like 2.
I felt like 2-3 missions.
2-3.
Blow up some trucks. Like, I remember blow up trucks.
That was the mission. You was like, you plays Captain Price. Plays Captain Price. I was like, oh man, soap. You know, I was like, oh nice. And then impression of soap, Captain Price goes. And like literally you dive into this sort of arena and you're on your own and there's guards everywhere, and then it's like, yeah, like Luke said, like blow up 3 trucks. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now what? Oh, then now go over here and you gotta blow that truck up. And I'm like, all right, sick, nice, okay. Blow up that truck.
Tanker. Oh,
there's a tanker. Oh no! And then it's like as soon as you get alerted, everyone's on you, and you haven't got no backup either. It's just you, and it's just like you're in this open section, and I'm just like, it's like Warzone. It's basically there's a motorbike outside.
That's fine, honestly.
Shush. But yeah, and then it's like it feels like a Warzone tutorial. I think that's what their focus is on.
I think the only campaign I saw worse last year than that was Lord of the Rings Gollum. And I was actually one of the few people that was so excited for that game. I saw the trailer. I think I showed you, James. Like it looked really good, the original trailer, because the graphics looked all right. They weren't crap. They looked quite good. The idea was there, like a little bit of a stealthy Gollum game. And I was like, I'm here for it. It came out as like a PlayStation 2 fucking doom scroller. It was fucking horrific. It was that bad. They refunded everybody inside like.
Did they actually? Was that a thing?
Oh yeah, people got refunded it.
No, yeah, you couldn't.
It got took off the store. It was that bad.
How much was it? Like, did it retail
like 30 quid, £25? It
Oh,
wasn't that expensive, to be fair. If it was if it was a 40 to 60 quid game, holy fucking shit, that would have been so much worse. But thankfully, it was one that sort of flew under the radar because not a lot of people played it. But I saw someone review it and I was like, is that the right game?
God.
I don't know if that's the right game. Is it that bad? And then I saw another trailer. I was like, oh my fucking god, it is. And I was
even a King Kong game as well.
Oh fucking hell! I've heard stuff about that.
That's what I mean. It's like, why? Like, why even bother?
There's a wave of games at the moment. Are sort of just going under the radar of all these great games, and they're looking a bit ropey. They're looking kind of the worse than COVID games because they just look wank. Absolutely look horrifically bad, and that's kind of annoying a little bit because there's some games where, like, I think the reason Baldur's Gate 3 did so well is because it was a small studio that has, I think they've done, what have Larian done? I think they did Dragon's Dogma, I could be wrong. But they did the Baldur's Gate series, and they haven't released the Baldur's Gate game, I think, in over 10 years. So this was the first game in so long. So the fact they released it after all of this time, it had a core audience who wanted to play it, and then it just got shared to the wider public and everyone loved it. Because they'd spent so long working on it, and so much money on just the right stuff. They didn't need to do it. You know, and you look at AAA studios like Insomniac, they took their time, they released a really good Spider-Man game. Brilliant. You know, you look at Zelda, they always release a good game after a couple of years. It's never the next year, it's not always 2 years after, it's generally a 3-year gap. Companies who aim to just make a new game every year, we know what you're about. It's very simple. You're in it for a cash grab. That's all it is at this point. Like, companies.
The thing is, it used to work with COD. It used to work when they were doing that. Do you know why? Because they had three. Because they had 3 different developers. So when Black Ops was being made, then suddenly, Black Ops was being made. So Modern Warfare 3 is then going to come out, and then after Modern Warfare 3 is going to come out, Ghost came out.
I remember that.
Okay, we don't really talk about Ghost, but then that gave people time for Black Ops 2.
Exactly.
And it sort of went like that, and that's how it was. An oiled machine from about COD 4 through to about what, Black Ops 3?
And then Activision got taken over by Blizzard.
Yes.
And then,
hey guys, do you want to hear a really good unpopular opinion?
Oh no.
Go on.
I really like COD Ghosts.
Oh yeah, I've never played. I remember you saying that you loved it.
So I didn't love it, but it was the weakest of the ones at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't an objectively bad, like. It wasn't objectively bad from the little bits of multiplayer. I played a little bit of multiplayer. I didn't really play it.
Yeah, I like, everyone hated that game. I was weirdly good at it, and I'm not good at most CODs, but I was like, I felt like I could like do some good in that game. And if you're good at a game, especially COD, you're like, yes,
it kind of carries your opinion on the game a little bit.
It does, yeah.
Like,
but I was just like,
yeah. The thing is, though, I think Ghost was a bit unfortunate with what was around at the time. Like, you had Black Ops, which was firing on all cylinders. You had the Modern Warfare series that had just gone past. Like, it was kind of in the middle of where things were great to where things were going to be better, and then things got worse. Like, if it came after all the good success, no one really blink an eye at it and they go, yeah, it's shit. But because it was in the middle, people had such mixed opinions. Like, my favourite Call of Duty, because I'm not a Call of Duty fan, was Modern Warfare 3. I loved it. It was the first COD I'd sunk a lot of time into.
I'm actually quite surprised by that.
I played it in high school and I got into it quite a lot and I loved it to pieces. I then got into... Was Black Ops 2 after Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah.
I will check that, but I feel it was.
I would say so.
But I think it went Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3,
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2, and COD Ghost would be somewhere in that region. Right, yeah.
Because I started
think that's how it went.
I think I played COD consistently from Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. I went back and played Black Ops 1, but I never started in that cycle. Those 3. And then I think I just bought a game whenever it was popular, like just to see if it was any good or not. Warzone I quite like.
Were you guys the same where it was like the new COD would come out and you would go to I don't know if you guys did this. I did this. But I would go to Tesco at like 10 to midnight and I would like be one of the first people that picked it up, and I was like with my mum at the time, and then I would like come home and I would play the campaign first. I wouldn't do the multiplayer.
Never
yes,
did it.
Yes.
Luke, I got you.
All day on campaign first.
Oh yeah, why would you
complete it and then multiplayer?
Yeah, easily. Campaign
I would
those
say
games
I was
is
in veteran.
immense.
I was the veteran, but yeah.
Woo!
Doesn't surprise me.
I mean, listen, Black Ops 3 I completed. I didn't do it like this. I played Black Ops 3 multiplayer after completing the campaign normally. Then I went back and did the campaign on realistic difficulty. You know, the one shot to the head, you're dead kind of one. Not worse than veteran. A stray bullet hits you, dead. Sneeze, dead. It's like that Parks and Rec meme where it's like, you do that, jail. Too much, jail. Like that whole meme from Parks and Rec. It's that.
Sorry, I love that show so much.
Parks and Rec's great.
Oh, I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. I love it to pieces.
Jail.
Mate,
Luke, you remind me of a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer called Doug.
Okay.
Don't know if you're aware. Like,
I'm aware of Doug. I've heard the name.
I feel like because he does challenges and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really insane. You know. I think when you come back, I think you should do like different challenges and games.
So I mean, I've tried a few times to do stuff kind of like that. I've tried to do Pokemon Nuzlocke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just there's waning interest. Like I either spend too much. Like the problem with Nuzlocks, and by that I mean the problem with me doing Nuzlocks is I either spend too much time grinding, so it then doesn't become interesting because, as I believe most Pokemon YouTubers say at this point, like grinding is boring. Like cheating and getting rare candies is base.
Right.
Like at that point, just get rare candies, send everything in, and just progress through normally. No one wants to see you kill a Rattata about 10 times to get up a level. Otherwise, you're gonna have underleveled stuff and you're gonna have unnecessary deaths.
Fuck that shit, man.
So you either have to hack in rare candies, which like I had to look up how to do, or yeah, you just progress normally and it's slow.
No, that's quite too fair. No, the thing is, I don't think I can ever set specific challenges playing video games because I'm a challenge playing video games as it is.
No, if you're the worst person to do a challenge with.
Yeah, I just don't have the attention span for it.
No, you don't. You'd give up in like.
Mate,
I did.
Dude, do you remember? Guys, do you remember that little game Only Up?
Yes.
That took over the internet.
Yes,
it
did.
It took over your fucking life.
Oh, I remember Only Up 2 though. Like
Complete
that came out like Only Up 2 came out as a thing.
Didn't know
like
that was a thing.
2 months ago. Oh, trust me, James, you don't want to know it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's someone used the same things. So Only Up 2 is made by a different developer using the exact same tools, and it's just a crap knockoff. And they've just done a shameless cash grab. I remember doing a video on it, being like, "Oh, I'll beat Only Up 2," and then realized it was terrible. And was then racing to beat it in under 2 hours so he could claim the refund, like James with COD, but he actually could beat the game in 2 hours as opposed to that campaign.
Oh, Luke's froze. It's like, the camera's taking it and turns the freeze. It's
yeah, it is.
I'm quite enjoying it. It's quite cool.
So what you're saying, Luke, is us three should do a challenge on Only Up 2.
That sounds horrific.
No, not on Only Up 2. No, not on Only Up 2.
Not even Only Up 1. I'll watch.
We could do a challenge. We could genuinely, as a thing, like do a like competitive, because there's co-streams or co-stars and that you can do.
There's co-streams on Twitch, aren't
there? So you could use that, and suddenly, we could actually just do a challenge run, see who's doing better.
I love stuff like that,
and then laugh at why it's not Nath.
Yeah, because I'll be quitting in the first one. I've tried to do Outlast streams, nearly had a panic attack and cried. I've tried Only Up streams, nearly killed James.
You did like one stream and it was the best time ever.
I was fuming. I hate every minute of it. Because I can cope with stress and pressure. I can't cope with stress knowing I can't come back to that point.
Yeah, if you fail.
If I can't recover, like Elden Ring, right? I know if I fuck up at a boss, I'm going back somewhere I know how to get back. Easy peasy. There's no hop, skip, little this, that. Fuck off. Whereas Only Up genuinely is the most cancerous game I've ever played. Genuinely, it gave me Flappy Bird vibes in 3D. Except I don't want to send the guy death threat, although it's been taken off the Steam store now. You can't buy it
Yes.
anymore. And I still have it, so I'm kind of happy about that. I should try and claim a refund, actually.
Wow.
I don't think you can. It's normally within like 2 weeks. You have to. You have to play under 2 hours and refund it within 2 weeks. I think is the policy.
It's like Lethal Company. It's in the category of a game that I hate, but it's so much fun at the same time. It's a
shame. It's a shame that you've not done more like streams on it. Like, cause it's you two and Archer doing that.
We need
I was having loads of entertainment calling out Archer for being a wuss on that. It was great.
Oh, like completely.
But we need a fourth.
No, you don't need a fourth.
We do.
You do. It makes it more fun. And apparently, there's mods now for it.
Oh yeah,
there is definitely mods for it.
I want to see a team
people.
Oh yeah, I want to see a team up of Archer, me, James,
and Lind.
Luke and Lind. Fuck it, yeah.
And Lind. Yeah, no, Lind.
Because
you got the wrong L. You got the wrong L, not Luke.
I know.
I'm not back.
I can tell you
these challenge runs, like they've not happened yet, so I'm not back yet.
I can tell you for a golden fact what would happen, right? You and Archer would stay at the fucking back, scared out of your fucking bones. Lind would be in the middle. Me and James are dead up front.
Lind will be like, how do I move?
Lind would be like, sorry, I'll be there in a sec, guys. Where are you guys going? Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, how do you play? Oh, I died.
And then me and Nath will just be like, go on, Nath.
Then we convince Archer to walk up to a door and it's like, no, there's a bracken.
That was a class impression.
And just start running away.
For me, my favorite point from any of those games, or even moments I've watched online, is me walking around that corner with James in the doorway and just going, there's a fucking bracken in the corner. I can't move. There's a bracken in the corner. And I try to just move out of the way, and the fucking spider kills me, and it just runs into James's peripheral.
Oh my God,
and then it runs back away.
Ever.
I was like, I thought, legit, if you see my POV, there is maybe enough of a gap to jump through them. And I thought, you know what? I can get through them. It's no issue. Because I wanted to get shitless on the other side of them. I just didn't think. The minute I step forward, spider kills me. And then Bracken takes the body off the spider and runs away. And I'm like, what?
Dude, it was perfect on my screen. It felt like a movie. I was at the door and I just looked through and I knew you was gonna get absolutely fucked. So
there's so many things about that I love. Like, so many things I've seen of that game. Like, the way I describe it, as I do most things involving horror, is it's like getting arrested or being in a car crash. When it happens to you, it's not fun.
True.
But when it happens to someone else, it's hilarious.
True. But to be fair, the fact that the game is made by a 21-year-old and it's that good and that fun.
Wow.
The kid's younger than us, and he's learned how to make games from Roblox map levels.
That's impressive.
That was the first game he ever made outside of Roblox levels. So when you load the game up, it says something like, I think his name's like Feralex or something. It's like Feralex _
Shout out to you, by the way.
Roblox. His actual tag on every social is Roblox. Doesn't work for them. He's just known as a guy who made Roblox levels, and he's made it adamant he's not going to change the price. That 21-year-old, I think Steam said the other day he'd sold like 25 million copies or 20 million, something stupid, right? And it's in that, and it's £7. It's never going to change the price. So you do that times how many people bought it. He's already set. And he's still releasing updates for it all the time because he wants to. It's a fucking stupidly fun, stupid game.
And he did that on his own as well.
Bit on by himself.
Well, that game's like the new Among Us, really.
I think Among Us has like a hidden shelf life that I think some people forget. Because Among Us can be started up at any point. It trends back up again. I need to start hosting. And now that I'm back streaming somewhere, I need to start hosting again.
That's so fun.
Because whenever you've hosted, or I think you're the only other person I think hosted it, it's been a bit different to when I've hosted it because you like to invite everybody. I just want to try and get people who guaranteed talk.
No, that's not true.
You invited your community last time, and there were some people that didn't talk, right? I remember that.
No, there was there's people. I've only streamed like Among Us like 4 times.
Yeah.
I don't like setting up the game because everyone has their own like specific like health bar and speed, and I'm just there's too much pressure for me. Yeah, I like doing it with community, but I haven't done it where it's like people just don't speak, because I feel like Among Us, you need people that talk. Yeah, it's like, what's the point of even playing?
Yeah, I think the last time I did it, I think I had some of the Norwegians, I had a friend from TikTok come along. There was a few people that we had, and that was class. I love it when it's just everyone, everyone's going to talk and even chat outside the game. I didn't mind that. There was quite a few. I think now I could host it with maybe more people, I reckon.
We could probably do the full amount.
I can still contact a lot of the Americans from last time easily.
The thing is, Nif, what I would sorry to interrupt, by the way, but I've always wanted to do proximity chat.
That's the one I want to do the most. I think it's now available to the public, because I know it wasn't at the start. At the start, I think
it's
it was
a mod,
just,
right?
Yeah, it's a mod.
I feel I had something that was like that. Hang on.
Yeah.
I downloaded the software you need.
Yeah, it was CrewLink, wasn't it?
CrewLink, that was the one.
I've got CrewLink installed, so I played with that.
But not everyone has PC. Like,
that's
on
the
PC.
thing. I think if people play it, they'd need to be on PC. That's the problem. And not everyone we know has a PC to play Among Us, to be fair. So
yeah,
I want to host one like the next month or so, because I've been meaning to play it for a while. I don't want to play Live for Company again, because they are mental good. I like
just
the
games.
receptiveness.
It's fun games, man.
No, it is quite good, to be fair. But since we're on about games and upcoming shit, you got anything planned for this year, big boy? James. Oh, hang on. Is he farting? He's fucking farting.
Oh man, that was the most sweatiest Trump I have ever done. Excuse me.
Instant you muted.
Excuse me, guys, for that little delay there. Someone's just like, I don't know. Someone's just on a bus somewhere, and it was just like, James. That was a good Trump. It was in respect for you guys. Don't want you hearing me.
Then again, then again, I have heard you multiple times over the years where your mic has picked
right, be
up
careful what you're saying.
I'm just recounting. Hang on.
Be careful what you're coming out with here.
This could be slander. It could be deep slander, depending on what happens.
There's definitely been a few streams where I've watched you where you fired and the mic's picked it up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That happens quite a lot. Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything else about basis.
I'm normally good at catching that. Just literally, if you see me tap my mic like that, like it's probably happened.
See, no one can.
It's that or a cough.
See, no one can ever tell with me, because at a random point and no one can see the difference.
I'm muting.
Yeah, but you can see. You can't see my.
Oh yeah, you can see my hand. Yeah.
Can't.
No, it just don't work for me.
You'll probably end up disconnecting it that way. You're doing that. You're pointing it like a spider web shooter or some shit.
So, what was the question, Nate? Sorry.
What's your plans for the year?
Yeah.
For the year.
Content-wise, yeah.
Oh, content-wise.
Personal life, I'm not going to dox you like that. God, no.
Oh, God, we don't talk enough for that, Nate.
That's your fucking fault. Yeah, fucking bastard.
No, you know what? I did want to mention this, actually.
Exclusive.
You know what? At the start of the year, I was thinking, right, I want to stream less.
Okay.
Because all I've seen from people about content creation is you need a YouTube channel and you need to grow the YouTube channel and then sort of convert people over and bring them across. I'm like, okay, I really want to focus on my YouTube. What doing on my YouTube, my brain goes all over the place. So there was a point where I wanted to start doing like Twitch news and sort of like tech videos and talk about like audio and cameras and lenses and things. And, so I was like, right, I want to sort of have like a little bit of a rebrand. I want to sort of get a new logo and I want to hire an editor to sort of edit my videos. So it saves a lot of pressure for me. Like I wanted to go on full on this like YouTube content creation journey. Then I started streaming again in the new year and then doing obviously like Red Dead Redemption and streaming on TikTok at the same time I've seen such a massive growth, even on Twitch and TikTok, just doing it both at the same time.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people kind of TikTok sucks, and for me that's kind of got me back into like, oh yeah, you know what? I really love streaming, and now I know where I want to go with content creation. So like my plan is to basically do walkthroughs of games, and I know that's like, wow, gaming, great, but I don't know.
Are we talking Rad Brad kind of gameplays?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about obviously streaming on Twitch, streaming on TikTok, so growing them at the same time, and then hire an editor to actually edit the videos down so the more sort of engagement and like fast pace and stuff for YouTube, and then obviously doing a full walkthrough of series and things, because I love YouTubers that do games and like cinematic sort of walkthroughs and stuff.
When you mentioned you were looking to get an editor to try and make it easier in your time frames, I realized there's a way you could keep the long form videos and grow by doing the same thing without actually splitting the editing.
Right.
Like, so if you let's say you did like 45-minute walkthroughs, right? 40 or 35, like Rad Brad used to do, and they were everyone loved them because they were brilliant. If you did that sort of time frame, just rely on the shorts to grow everything. Use the shorts to grow. Like, I'll be bluntly honest, everyone who's listening, the YouTube main views on these pods stink, right? But because we are a small channel, right? That's to be expected. But our shorts and our TikToks are our biggest compliment, because they grow. They're like views wise, they're growing it exponentially, easily, and that's just simply using segments from the main thing. So it's like we've got something coming up in the next few weeks where it's going to add to the shorts, and we've also got long form coming outside the pod. Now, and then obviously for you, all on one thing. I'm trying to find a way so we can do it without taking up more time, because obviously Luke's schedule is going to change in the next 3 weeks, and obviously I've got a really shitty schedule all the time of I've just finished 4 days of work in a row, and I've been up since 4 a.m. So like, I'm kind of all over the place on my schedule, so I can't really stick to anything cement. But the pod wise, I can always do without any hesitation. So I'm trying to find a way so it works permanently for me, as well. I know permanently for Luke, and then I can adapt to Luke, because I don't mind my shit pattern. It's fine. So it's like, I know sticking primarily all my focus into shorts, whether it's on TikTok or YouTube, is how it will grow. It's why like the main pod video will have a little bit less effort into it than the shorts will, or vice versa, because I'm trying to use one form of building it rather. Yeah,
because the shorts will grow.
Exactly, the shorts are automatically going to get more exposure because it's a short video. Same with TikTok. Like, they are both going to have bigger platforms to grow quickly than the long form videos. I'll always make the long form pods because I love them. Like, this one's going to be probably my favorite episode in a while, or probably yet, because guests are always great, easy peasy. And having that as like a guest special for episode 7, brilliant, love that. And the more guests, the better, because then it's a different dynamic, it's different people, different life stories. I love that. And I wanted to use you mainly as the base template, because you're like, I've known you for 4 years. You're like one of my brothers, so it's easy peasy.
Yeah, it's not just like bringing on a random person you haven't met before.
Yeah, and you and Luke know each other as well. So
even then, I've known you for about 2.5 years. Exactly. Like no, I think it was 3 actually showed the other day in stream, didn't it?
I reckon so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Luke's been it's been a while.
So I mean, like, none of us are strangers. It was the perfect one to launch off of. I know for a fact the long form of this will probably get under 30. If it gets more than that, fantastic. Like, I'll be really over the moon with it. But the short form, as long as that's ticking over, it's fine. So your walkthroughs, if you do the base template of like 35 minutes to 45, just get clips from it. It doesn't matter if they're the most entertaining clips or... Oh, hang on.
You cut out.
I spotted it last minute in my corner. Like the clips, for example, from your main walkthroughs, like, it doesn't have to be the most explosive thing happening. It doesn't have to be the most impactful. Even if it's just a clip of an interesting gameplay or a good you moment or just meh, always just post that instead. So so if you made a really basic, not lack of editing, but you cut out the lack of noise and maybe intro, outro, that kind of stuff, and then did short form from there, grows exponentially as well. Your videos are great as it is. I enjoy your walkthroughs that I've seen you stream. Like, I know that one you recorded for, what was it?
Fort Solis, probably.
Yeah,
he was not a fan of Fort Solis.
On one of the pods, I absolutely slated it.
He proper went in.
I
think it was.
What me playing it or the game itself?
The game itself. He didn't like the game. It's not you. He didn't like the game. It was either episode, I think it was either episode 2 or 3. If you're looking for a specific reference point, it was one of them two. I think it was 2. But he absolutely just went in, being like twice, saying it was awful.
No, it's the walking simulator.
No, that's Death Stranding. But something
happens.
I don't know.
This one gets pretty close, mate.
No, Death Stranding, you walk everywhere.
No, but you can also jog, can't you?
No.
You just walk.
Yeah.
But there's combat in the game.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There might be a late game something, but not for the first.
So from what you've played,
there's just walk. Yeah. There's a reason I stopped playing.
You've got a ladder.
Yeah. So as far as I got, I shit myself. I did the same thing as Outlast. I got really scared and didn't want to play anymore. I need to play at some point though because it was really good. I remember collecting a bunch of supplies, opening an outpost, going back to the main base, dropped supplies off, did like a whole tutorial thing, and then you're meant to go to some sort of like warehouse over the hill. I went there, and all of a sudden, there's these invisible footsteps that are all over this building. You can hear loads of noises, and I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing this. It's scaring the shit out of me for no reason. I don't like the suspense. I can't be bothered. And then I closed it. I haven't played it since. I want to, but I'm too much of a bitch. I can openly say that because I am big bitch.
Yeah, you are.
Ain't we all?
No, I'm big bitch. The difference is I'm big bitch who likes to do stupid shit. So Lethal Company, I'll be shitting my fucking shit off, but I'll also dive into the room where I know there's a Bracken because I know it'll be funny as hell. I know I'll also shit myself.
I don't know about that. I don't know about me doing that.
I did it with James. When James saw me through the doorway,
I'm saying me doing that.
Yeah, but
as in, like, I don't know about me doing it.
You're cautious.
I know you did it because I watched it.
You've got to understand, man, that me and Nave's catchphrase is for the content.
For the content.
It's true.
Some people take it way too literally.
I've witnessed for the content a lot of times, and
it's a death scream.
It's like a definitely content.
It's for a war cry. It's like, for the content, and then we're dead.
And then Archer's just there crying in the corner when he hears that because he inevitably knows they're failing that specific one.
So when
someone going next to the Bracken.
When someone tells me to do something, it's like I just act like a child. Like I just do the complete opposite of what someone tells me to do. And then I'm just sat there giggling like, hee.
That's exactly the way I feel. I'm like, if the objective's to play the game, but I know if I go through that door and cause some shit, it's so much more fun.
One of my favorite clips is when we was crossing the bridge. We wasn't even in the like arena, and I was like jumping like la 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 la, and then Archer and you were like, James, stop jumping on the bridge, and I just jumped, and then the whole bridge collapsed, and I was completely unaware, and I just went.
Yeah,
it's the fact that in chat I knew that was possible. I was like, oh, I can't wait for this. I'm like, they're all gonna fall, and then suddenly it's like, no, it's even better. James made it across, and they fell. James perfectly fine turns around.
I was laughing, but I was so annoyed. I was like, I just want to get across.
James, stop it for like 5 minutes.
I love for the content phrase. It's brilliant.
It's like it's our thing, though, Nerf, you know.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's what I love the most, you know. It's just like
we're just shit houses.
Yeah, we're just absolutely terrible.
If we're not doing that, we're doing calls at 4 a.m. singing to Karma. You know, if it's not that, it's that.
One of my best memories.
Talking of for the content, I mean, remember we mentioned we called you and Lind out, and you like to check if you watched the podcast. That thing we mentioned probably like an hour ago.
Yep.
The reason that was made at the time is because, damn it, James, we need to bring back GTA Online with comms.
Yeah.
That was what that call out was all about. That was that at the time.
We legit said you both need to start streaming it again with comms because they were some of the funniest shit we've ever played.
And I was like, we went on like a 2-minute round probably about that.
Yeah.
No, guys, you know what happened, right? Okay, so first of all, I think that was like, it was like a Linden thing, right? Like that was like a Linden series. Like that was great. A lot of people had GTA. And then, like, when I get involved, oh, guys, it was like the best time ever. Like the around the world race we did, and then like the parkour and stuff. I loved it.
You and your damn snipers.
I got so angry.
Yeah, the snipers. Oh, it was one of my best memories. of like streaming. And then one time I was like, yeah, let's do GTA. A lot of my community were like, yeah, let's go on, let's do it. I loaded up the game and I got one person. Just like, well, I did this playlist and nobody was there
out at the time.
And I was like
out watching it.
My anxiety just dropped and I was like, I felt like such an idiot because I was like, oh yeah, I'm down to play GTA. And then I did a playlist with
I think it's Jordan,
someone.
wasn't it?
It was Jordan, yeah. I did it with Jordan and like 2 random people of like 13 different things. And it got to a point where I was like,
it's the ramp going downwards, wasn't it?
I
remember tuning in because I think I was at work or something.
It was the one with the corkscrew and then the
I remember that.
I was just like, I hate everything. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, it's good that I'm playing with Jordan. Like, that was cool. But I was just like,
I can tell you the exact moment the playlist died. Or, sorry, the GTA Times died. It was the release night of FIFA, because we were all playing GTA playlist, and Lind was playing.
It was linked in the stream.
Midnight. Yeah.
Everyone dipped.
Everyone
dipped off mid-playlist.
I dipped, Luke dipped, Archer dipped, Lind dipped. Absolutely everyone dipped.
Everyone apart from me.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
And the thing is,
I mean, I'm pretty certain that was the night that I refused to end that specific goddamn race that lasted 2 hours.
Iconic, mate. You did it.
I did do it. I cheesed it.
I was proud.
It was meant to be you do it in one go. It was no, I'm cheesing this. I'm going the wrong way around the track and just driving it.
He was a fucking madman for it, is what it was.
It was 2 laps as well, which is what sucked. If it was one lap, I'd have done it in 40 minutes, and I'd have been like, okay,
40 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Is that the one? Where is that the one where we all gave up and you were the only one?
Yes, and I was the only one in the lobby that just stuck around. I was like, no, I'm doing this. I'm getting proof. I am completing this. I do not care. Like, that was one of my stubborn moments where I'm like, I am proving that this is technically possible.
If I wasn't live, then I would have joined you. But the fact everyone in my chat was like, "You're a flipping idiot." Yeah, like, can we just move on? I'm like, I want to join Luke, but I guess we.
You played only up in your time off. I know you're that kind of person.
Dude, so I know we talked about only up, but I completed only up. Third person and first person, just saying. That's quite impressive.
No, so sorry, everyone questions
it. But yeah, GTA series, I'm down. I'm like, as long as you boys want to play, I'm down.
Can we agree to not call everything a series? By the way, I've heard you and Lynn say this quite a lot. It makes me giggle a little bit. Oh, this is a series. No, it was just playing GTA. It was the GTA playlist. It's not.
It was kind of like once a week, wasn't it? It was like a. That's what I mean by series. It was kind of like this particular, like Tuesday.
Yeah,
I think
it's a regular. Like you mean like regular content. But I'm like, when I hear series, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's getting uploaded.
This is going to happen.
I'm like, yeah, there's a VOD of this. It's going to be on YouTube. It's like, but that's when I think of series. Like,
upload the GTA races as VODs on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, maybe we can like freaking Vanos Gaming like 2.0 about 10 years later.
You say, Nathan, I'll get demonetized.
Sorry, you think I'm the biggest risk?
One of them.
I can list too many people in Lynn's chat as the biggest risk.
They're your job. That's valid.
There's. Hang on, I mouthed the words too carefully. No.
There we go. It's been a good podcast.
I read my own lips as I said it. I was like, I can read what I said. Oh, I don't give a shit. They're the 2 people I'm most about.
Mate, you know that the views aren't on the YouTube main VOD, and you're not putting this as a clip. It's fine. It won't get out there.
Okay. Guys, actually. there was a question Nate asked a while ago, but I don't know if we sort of went off it. But this year, what game are you looking forward to the most?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I completely missed that question at that point. So mine is FF7 Rebirth, hence the comeback. No. I've been waiting for that since I finished.
No.
Since I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, I got it for free. I was loving it. Like, I wouldn't have played the game if I didn't have it as a free trial.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it. So, yeah, I'm fully here for it. Like, I cannot wait for Rebirth. And I swear to God, if you make that goddamn reference again, Nate, I'm gonna kill you.
So my favourite thing I'm looking forward to is actually out already.
You stop it. No. If it's that, stop right now.
I don't know about this.
Right, James.
He's going to say Apex Legends, freaking FF7 Rebirth content, which sucks. And I hate it. It's so bad. It stems from the Game Awards. Like, he's been using that. Every time I mention either FF7 Rebirth or I mention the story about you with Apex Legends and how that's how we met, suddenly it's, you know what I mean, the Final Fantasy VII crossover. And it's like, no, shut up. It happened, like, my internet died during the FF7 Rebirth trailer during the Game Awards. It came back, and they were like, for people interested in FF7 Rebirth, we got this for you too. And it was the freaking crossover, and I was furious. Like, I missed the entirety of the thing I cared about, and it showed me Apex Legends. I was livid. So that's where this stemmed from about probably 3-4 weeks ago, that he brings it up every single goddamn time, without failure. And it's just a cash grab. It turns out it's just a cash grab. Spend 360 quid, and you get a coffin. A unique coffin?
It's still going.
That's the freaking content.
James, can you ask me the question again?
Nif.
Yeah.
What game are you most looking forward to playing this year?
I don't know, actually. There's a few good games coming out this year. Dragon's Dogma 2 looks quite good. They've released a good Sphinx Riddle trailer. That looks quite good. Another kind of D&D type game. I've not really played the Final Fantasy games too much, so I don't really have an opinion in that race. I've heard they're like the most complicated games on the planet, to be fair. So I never really went near them because it's one of those. I think I'm right, where you've got to do past games to understand current games. I think with some of them, I think so. I saw a video about something to do with, like, before Rebirth, someone had to play Arcosis or Necrosis or something like that. I don't remember the name too much. It's like a connecting game. So I've never really gone near those games because I'm too thick as shit.
Crisis Core?
That was it. Crisis Core. I knew it was something in those names.
Necrosis.
And Necrosis, Crisis Core. It was somewhere in there. There's not really anything that really piques my interest too much. I'm more interested on the Elden Ring DLC that's coming out this year. That comes out probably in the next few months.
That'll be cool.
So that'll be great. They give rumours of more updates coming to Cyberpunk, so that'll be good. I want to see how they give that more quality of life. And then I'm going to keep playing for the rest of the year the Apex Legends and Final Fantasy crossover. I've been loving every moment of it.
Wait, so Nathan, what about that are you most excited about? What content? Let's get into it.
Right, so when they released it at the Game Awards, right, I was there thinking, I don't want to pay attention to the main game.
Right, hang on now. So this is Apex
and Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. How does that even work?
Essentially, he has got the headphones on, so I can't really shit else him still because he's still listening.
Oh yeah, if you guys listening to the audio, Luke, one of the co-hosts, has gone.
Because he knew no matter what shit I was spouting, he knew I was getting to it. And I was actually planning on saying it the first time, but I thought, you know what, I'll just make him think that's a safe space.
Yeah.
In reality, it's an absolute wank cash grab of a promo. Absolutely horrific. They've done, there's a sword you can use. There's some cosmetics, and if you collect all, I think, certain amount of shards or emblems, there's like 12 to 15.
I'm sure Luke will tell us when he...
Oh, he hates all of it. I've told him about this. There's like 12 to 15 shards you've got to complete, and once you complete them, you get the option, you don't unlock it, you get the option to, you know the coffins you get when you die in Apex, and you have to pick up the person's tag and go res them? You get an option to get a custom box in the game, not a real life thing, Final Fantasy themed box, and it costs you $360 to get it. Not a one in real life that can sit in your room or a decor one. It's an actual in-game physical thing, and you have to pay $360 because you can either collect. You can, so you know the heirlooms they have in Apex or the shards where it takes you so many years to get them, right? So you can either do that with the promo where your chances are so slim of getting it, or you pay for it in one go with $360.
Ooh.
It's one of the biggest cash grab shithouses.
Yeah, that's not good.
But it's owned by EA.
Yeah, you see why it gets me so damn angry every time it brings it up.
Luke,
I don't wrong. The sword looks cool, but that's about it. The rest of it is shit. Pure and utter shite. It's their first biggest promo and it's awful. I was waiting to. I was going to mention it the first time round, and then I thought I couldn't keep my laughter hidden, and then I thought, you know what?
Oh, guys, our co-host Luke is back.
It's not like they heard him.
I am back. I could hear every single word, and I was just.
He was waiting for me to get to a point where he's like,
I knew it was leading up to it. As soon as you said it, I was like, no, I'm committing. I'm walking out the room. I don't care.
Fair.
I'm not doing this.
I know I'd get reactions. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. No, it's probably. I think it's the first official crossover I think Apex did with another platform, officially, and it was shit. Beyond belief, it was shit. Not worth it. So waste of money. Pointless. And they used it basically just to promote Final Fantasy, which I don't think it really needs it from Apex of all people. I think Apex needs it from Final Fantasy.
Way more popular.
But no, if there is anything I'm looking forward to, actually genuinely, is the Last of Us 2 remake, the remaster.
That surprised me
because I'm more of a curiosity thing because I don't really know what they've changed, because as much as they showed the comparison to the remastered graphics wise, it looks the same. It looks the exact same to me.
Oh yeah, no difference at all.
And obviously there's a brand new game mode where you get to play as Joel again, which is cool. But
it's like Grounded something, right?
Grounded is the name of the documentary. It's like
sorry,
like
it's
like Returned or something. You're close. It's like Returned or something.
Return. Yeah, you can play as different characters, and it's like a wave base.
It's like a rogue like game mode where you face round after round after round, that kind of shit. Survive as long as you can.
Imagine if that was multiplayer.
And they've cancelled it.
No, but imagine like that mode, like it was just waves. Like
I think it'd get boring.
It's like zombies. Well, but I think it's more boring just you on your own. Like it would be cool if you could play with like you as Joel, me as Ellie, Luke as Tommy.
That wave one is multiplayer, isn't it?
I thought it was a standalone. I thought it was on its completely.
I'm fully convinced it's wave.
If it's multiplayer that mode, that's brilliant. I thought it was just you on your own.
Let's have a look. Remastered.
It's just checking now, guys. By the way, the audio.
But no, like I'm mainly looking forward to it because I just sort of want to play it again. Like I really No Return. That was it. Close.
No Return. Okay, let's have a look at that then.
No Return. There we go.
It's like I don't know about you two. Or Luke, I don't know if you're a big fan of The Last of Us or if are you a massive fan?
No, sorry, it is just.
I've not really watched along. I've sort of watched along, not really played it.
It's just single player.
I wasn't really on PlayStation until about 2-3 years ago.
I would highly recommend it.
No, unfortunately, it's just single player, though. So
okay, I think that's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, the thing is that I think the reason Naughty Dog haven't really experimented just yet with the multiplayer is because I don't think they want to ruin any of the legacies. I think they sort of want to.
It takes too much time.
I think they want to sort of go, look, all our eggs are in the baskets of single players. We know single player works. Let's just keep going. Like they took a big hit in terms of Last of Us Part 2. As much as it sold well, people played a lot of it. It's just a lot of people stopped playing it though. And I think what happened in the first quarter of the game, it pissed a lot of people off. Like to the point where no one was coming back to it. Now, it wasn't Cyberpunk bad, but it was not even close to how it should have been. Like it should have been the amazing comeback and all this, but it just wasn't. And I think the reason why it's going to get more gameplays this time than the original launch is the TV show. I'm convinced. Because I got a mate at work, owns an Xbox, never played Last of Us, never had an interest in it. Watched the TV show, he wants to play the game. He loves the premise of it. And I'm like, he's like, oh, the whole Bill and, the Frank and Bill story, how's it in the video games? Massively different. I says, you've got hints of something, but it's never explained. You've got Bill is he runs the town, wired up madman, and the only mention you get of Frank is the hanging body, and he gets called
and a letter.
Yeah, he gets called his partner, and that's it. There's nothing else. It's hinted at like a friendship or something, but it's never elaborated.
But yeah, it's just disappointing that you don't get a choice in it. You have to let her live. And it's like,
the thing is, because I think when we discussed about it, we said that no matter what your choice is, I think I said it all ends up as the same choice. I think still fixes the issue. I think if you say you want to kill her or you don't want to kill her, and no matter what it leads to the same result, I'd prefer that to what happened.
Like, even then, it would give you like wrinkles of like next game. Like you almost not to say it becomes like a Telltale game, but almost, you know, sometimes how games carry across decisions like that between games. So, choice you made in the first game will actually impact how the second game plays.
Yeah.
Vice versa. If you attempted to kill Abby at the end of part 2, and obviously say something happened and it didn't happen, drives a wedge between them, that becomes a big narrative for part 3. Depending on if you played that and if you vice versa. Like, there'd be a default canon ending where you didn't try to kill her, let's say, and that's the one they decide to canon, that's the one that decides canon.
Because that would
but it could have actually had interesting...
It's like hidden ramifications, isn't it? It's like if you don't affect the end of this game, if it's a decision that affects the next game and you don't know it, that's an even bigger twist. But the thing is, I don't think either of them make it out alive in Last of Us Part 3.
See, that's the beauty. Like, going back to FF7 Rebirth, the beauty of that, like, is I don't know who's gonna die in it, because historically, very famously, arguably the most like spoiler-free, like it's
go for it.
Is Aerith dies in FF7.
Right.
Like, it's the famous Sephiroth plunges from above, plunges sword through. It's infamous. Like, it was a huge thing back in like '97 when it came out. It's heartbreaking. But now, with the way Remake happened, they've actually, and just bear with me when I say these words, they killed Fate. There was ghosts trying to make them recreate the whole of FF7, the game normally, and these sort of phantoms. There's a specific word for them. I'm using phantoms, but I can't think of it. But they were basically arbiters of fate, were making the events try and happen exactly like they did 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, whenever it was. And they kill them at the end of the first part of 3 parts. So there's Remake, Rebirth, and then one that's soon going to be named in like probably 3-4 years when it comes out again. So
it's way too
now, because they've killed Fate, canon events no longer guaranteed to happen. So Aerith's famous death that would normally take part in Rebirth could be a different main character, say Tifa, or it could be none. It could go in many directions. It could be a double fake out and she still dies. But now we feel the pain of it because suddenly you weren't expecting her to die because they killed Fate and it's not going to happen, but it happens anyway. And that, rather than it being like, oh, everyone knows what happens. No, if it happens now, it's like, oh, damn, we got faked out. It sets you up for so much more emotion.
Wow.
Like, yeah. Like, that I can't wait to get into that.
The thing is, I don't think something simple would have fixed The Last of Us 2's issues. Like, I loved it. I loved the game to pieces. I preferred it to the first one, but that's because I don't have the nostalgia link to the first one. Like, you know me, James. I played them, like, in the same year. Like, it made no difference.
Yeah, you played the first game like
4 months, 4, 5, 6 months.
Oh, yeah, like we could even say like 6 months, like, probably. And then you played like.
It could have actually been longer because I know I met. No, you know, it couldn't have been. When did the first?
Was it longer?
When did the second game come out? 2022.
Oh, it was not that long ago. Was it a couple of years ago?
2021.
I'd say 22. Oh no, 21. Yeah, 21 makes sense to me. I could be completely wrong.
We are all wrong. It was 19th of June 2020.
So no, it was literally months before then. We were right originally. It was months before. Because I met you in the May-April time, and I was playing Last of Us 1, which means it would have been... It got delayed. It didn't come out in 2020 then.
It did get... It
got delayed. That was me being lied to by the internet.
So...
Yeah,
so like for you, Nef, it's like you played the first one for like, was it like the first time?
That was the very first time I played it. I think I tried it before.
And then you went straight into it.
Like yeah, I didn't hesitate with it, to be fair. So what, PlayStation 5, it comes out 5 days from now. Maybe it was 2020.
And the thing is, for me, it's like I played the first one on PS3.
Yeah.
Like, very long time ago. And then I've waited literally like 7 years. And then I was like, this is it. This is like, it's finally here. And then obviously like what happens. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. But I'm not one of those people that are like, why did they do that? Oh, I'm gonna hate on the actress and all, like why? And I'm just like, okay, I respect what they did. That's a huge thing. That's a huge gaming move. Like they killed one of the most popular PlayStation gaming characters. I respect that. Like, do I think it was a good choice? Probably not. But I respect them for doing that, and like I praise them for doing that. I think it's huge.
It's
and Neil
bold as hell.
Druckmann said, I want the player to feel angry. Like I want the person to feel like they're on this same journey as Ellie.
The way that story went, you needed something so angry, so annoying, so pissed off, you had to have an anger story. You can't have continued with the same tone from the first game and gone, let's go kill everybody. It doesn't work.
But you know what they did wrong?
What's that?
It was the trailer. If you guys remember the trailer showing that Joel was alive later in the game, and they sort of made it look like it was Dina.
Had to.
I know, but it felt so betrayed, because then when I was playing the game and there was a cutscene where I was like, right, in the trailer this is Joel, and then it ends up being Jesse, and I'm just like.
But the thing
is, then I think this was after the leaks.
Probably, yeah.
So they had to manipulate it.
The thing is, I think they had to do it no matter what. Because I think misplacements in trailers and invisible people in trailers are such a big thing in the last like 4 or 5 years. Any Marvel film, any Avengers film, any Spider-Man film, any massive video game, 9 times out of 10, someone's invisible, something's hidden, something you don't know about. Like if you watch the Deadpool 3 filming, for example, there's pictures online, doctored image, but there's a third person standing next to Wolverine and Deadpool, but no one knows who it is. There's other, like Marvel, for example, you know when they do Infinity War, when they're all, not Infinity War, Endgame, when they're all walking in their suits, there's 2 of them that are invisible or been shaded out because they're not meant to be there in the scene because no one knows why they're there. Like, I think the best way to get the reaction, whether it was a good or bad reaction, is always manipulation in these trailers. If you showed it after 6 or 7 years without any Last of Us 1, you go, here's Joel for 20 seconds of the trailer for 3 minutes, then you're going to be like, where the fuck's Joel? Why is Joel barely in the trailer? And then you're going to think, oh, he's dead. So if they showed him throughout the entire trailer like they did for Majority, you're going to go, oh, that's cool, he's in the game. And then they betray you. So it's needed. It is so needed sometimes. It's horrible, but it's so needed for the story. Like, the story isn't perfect by any means, but sometimes you need to poke to get a prod. It's that simple. You just need to get something out of it.
But hey, we'll see what they do in the future. I'm intrigued about the series anyways. I hope it's as good or better than the
they're releasing it, aren't they, bit by bit this week, all the castings, and so far so good. I'm liking everybody. Actually, I think they've done all the major ones, to be honest. Everyone, because they've announced
Dinah.
Abby, Dinah, Tom, not Tommy. What's the Asian fella's name? I don't give a shit. I'm still calling her Dinah. I'm not calling her Dina. You can.
He's even calling her Dinah now. Even James is getting on.
Yeah, no, it's why I'm enjoying.
Yeah, I'm just getting on it. Like, why not? We love Dinah. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out Dinah. Yeah. Characters that don't exist. Like all the casting that's came out, everyone looks great. It's just gonna take a few years to develop them all, which is fair. It's just their lives are about to become a living hell. Some of those are.
And you know what? I really want the actors and actresses to actually play the game.
Yeah.
Because they didn't in the first, and it really annoyed me.
Joel, the guy, Pedro Pascal, and the woman who played Ellie played it.
No, he played a little bit.
Yeah, but she's played the whole thing through.
She played the whole thing through.
Yeah.
I was unaware about Ellie. I thought she played a little bit.
Pedro watched her, but he didn't play it apparently.
Oh, for God's sake!
Because obviously, if they're on screen all the time together, they're gonna hang out together. So they apparently she played the entire thing through.
Understand the dynamic.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think they do now. I think they do more than ever. But the thing is, Pedro Pascal turned up to the premiere where it was I think it was one of the awards in an arms thing. I was like, he's not filming that yet. I know he's not. He's not there yet.
Sorry.
I'm waiting to see where this goes. But no, like you know, you're earlier of actresses, like people taking it too far with hate on actresses. I'm gonna close off on this because you're gonna hate this. Spider-Man 2, the video game, yeah. You know how they changed the face model for Mary Jane?
Yes.
Have you heard what happened to her?
The old one or the new
The
one?
new one.
No, but I'm gonna say she got hate.
Oh no,
This happened a lot.
This
We addressed
happened
this last week as
yeah,
well.
it was in the last 2 weeks. It's happened the
It's
last
bad.
3 weeks. Basically, fans have found out where she works in real life, outside of face model.
Is this worth saying on a podcast?
Oh
or?
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we said it last week.
Yeah,
on
they
podcast.
they left disturbing voicemails at her workplace. They've sent letters to her home. All this of admiration and sexual affliction.
Oh.
And she had to have a meeting with her boss. Bear in mind, she only does face modeling as like a side gig. That's not her real job, and she had to have a boss, and she had to have a meeting with her boss and listen to the voicemails. Some of them apparently were borderline awful.
Oh, right.
She tweeted out saying, "As much as I love the admiration from you guys, please stop sending me stuff in real life. I've just had to listen to voicemails at work."
So how can people send voicemails to her?
Phoned her workplace.
People have ways of finding stuff out, and it's horrid.
They found her place where she worked, and they rang her company number and left voicemails.
That's crazy.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, why would you do that?
People are weird.
That's like sending fucking I forgot his name already. Troy Baker
Federer.
your used underwear because you have a crush on him. It's just borderline. It's psycho. Like
It is psycho behavior.
if you want to meet these people and show admiration in a safe way, go to a convention and express it, or just fucking tweet it. Don't leave voicemails at their work and their homes.
Oh, that's another level of just
That's so weird. Like the woman who did the face model for Abby got death threats.
Yeah.
For just being a face.
Just being an actress.
Laura Bailey, the one who voiced Abby, got death threats.
Yeah.
That's
So I think a point to where she like cried.
Oh yeah, she was in tears over it. Like when the leaks started happening, The Last of Us 2.
People are stupid.
The woman Ashley Johnson who plays Ellie, she cried her eyes out because of the leaks. Because it was destroying everything. They were getting tweeted abuse and all this shit. So the fact that like all these people take things too far, it's why I don't think video game hate sometimes is real. I think it's just too much sometimes.
People got to remember it's a game. It's not real life.
People can't separate it though.
Like, oh man, people need to.
Like if someone turned around to you tomorrow and said, you have to remove an important part of your life or remove The Last of Us 1, you're removing The Last of Us 1. Because it's still is it an
important negative?
No.
When you say it's important, if it's an important negative, you remove the important negative.
No, it's a counterbalance of his real life. So let's say something is more important than his actual love for the video game. That's 10 times more.
So if it was like getting my dog or something,
it's a drastic thing. Your memories of your mum or your memories of Last of Us Part of 1. That kind of drasticness.
Your mum, wouldn't you?
Your mum in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like Last of Us 1, great game, but you can live without it.
Yeah.
People who can't live without a game or video games, as much as I love playing video games on a day-to-day basis, if I had to sacrifice some parts of my real life for video games, I'd do it. I'd sacrifice the video games. I don't care. You know, like if someone said,
it's a game.
You know, my mum gets to live forever, or I can't play video games anymore. Example.
It's only a game.
It's only
Why you have to be mad?
It's only
Why you have to be mad?
Why you have
It's
to be
like
mad?
it's like FC.
Oh, what
Like this.
Oh yeah. I had to think about for a second there. But right, I know what you're about to say, right? But that example of me and Luke kicking off at each other, it's just clubs.
It was just clubs.
It was the first time we
I don't think he even really knows of it.
Oh no, I told him about it before we joined.
Oh, okay.
Because I said it was laughable.
Yeah,
I said it was
you
the
were
first
wrong
time.
and you couldn't admit it.
We were both wrong.
Gnarly.
I said one thing, it was taken the wrong way. I couldn't take it back.
Luke, he can never admit when it's wrong.
It's a counterbalance.
Neither can I, but I'm not wrong.
He's getting better, but oh god,
it's a counterbalance. Just leave it.
I try and train him.
Fuck off.
Nah, he'll get better. But
no, like that for example. Like I used to get really angry at video games. Now I can't be bothered. People like the argument I think we had was purely just out of anger of how shit the game was, and that was it. It wasn't.
Oh no! My anger was the fact that you claimed that it was you and you and Archer that did
Got the
everything.
second goal. No, no.
You the way you said it is the reason we drew this game
right, yeah.
is because of me and Archer. When I got the first goal and was making selfish runs all game.
Yes.
That's what happened.
And
that's what happened. And you said it was you and Archer that got the draw.
Yeah, got the second goal, which equaled the draw.
But you didn't say the second goal. You said the draw,
which is
taking credit for the whole thing.
Getting back
that's
to
where this came from. No, I know, and I'm just making sure that I'm putting my point across here.
No, your point
I'm not in the wrong.
No, we were both wrong because I said something that was misunderstood. I couldn't change it because at that point we were already shouting.
No, at that point you can just rescind the comment. Go, yep, sorry, didn't mean it that way. I was wrong.
Yeah, because I
never move on.
At
that point you then move on.
Because I never actually meant it that way. Because I never actually meant it that way. I would have gone, we won that game, that was all because of me. I've never been that kind of person, ever.
I mean, I've been that guy jokingly before, many times.
I can't joke about it. I feel like a dick if I do. That was an offhand comment.
I enjoy that though. Like sometimes I just like gaslighting people and thinking that I'm an absolute knob.
It's great.
It's brilliant.
Gaslight's fun when you mean to do it. I can't gaslight for shit.
I told you, Nate, about that game of bowling where I just gaslit the. So James, I gaslit someone in IRL bowling. It was beautiful.
Right.
Like he got two spares back to back. I've started off poorly. His whole thing was like, oh, you've won one game, I've won one. I'm incredibly competitive. I'm sure you know this.
He's insanely competitive. It's kind of
I'm also the same.
So I got back-to-back strikes, and he named himself the king. He named himself the king on the whole bowling board. So
wrong move.
I was ahead of him. So then suddenly I start going like, oh, at that point, are you now Prince? What's happening here? Like, so I'm gaslighting him, winding him up the whole time. Someone else overtook him. I was like, is it Jester now? What's happening? It got to the point where he got in the last 4 frames 13 points, and it was he went from being like competing with me, and I got like 112, which that's good for an average person.
That's great.
Like it's good for an average person. Like obviously it's not going to compete with like freaking God knows who, but yeah, like it's a respectable score though for just your average game.
Messing about.
He ended up with like 67 after being on like 40 at a similar time to me. Like he just fell apart. Like it was Luke, so funny.
You got in his head.
Oh, I got so in his head.
And once you're in someone's head, game over.
It's brilliant. I love it. I'm so there for it.
I think he's joint the most competitive person I know. Up with you, James. Anyone else I've fucking asked. The thing is, I'm too lax with this shit.
You can't be bothered.
No, I can't. Like
I think if it's a game like Valorant.
It used to be. Now I can't have the patience.
Or Overwatch.
Same for that. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it anymore. I can play these games and enjoy them, but like the minute I think I'm gonna get irked off, I'll just turn it off. I can't be bothered.
If there's a game that I think I'm even semi-competitive at, I then become incredibly actually competitive about it, whether I'm actually better for it or not. Different gravy, but I am very much like I will win.
Nice. That's the thing.
I will try my best to win. Like
when I have
two settings. I have 2 settings when it comes to how I play, like anything, like any situation, IRL, like just general conversation. You know, when I started off with the little hand wave.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Like I have complete anxiety of like I don't know what to say, so I'm going to say virtually nothing. To over the top, cocky, trash talk. There's no like middle point where everyone's like, oh, that's perfect. No, it's either I am like over the top trash talking people, or I'm like really playing down my chances of no, guys, I'm not like that. I'm not good at this.
So you're an absolute dickhead.
Dickhead or pass,
just passive. Yeah.
Either incredibly passive and humble, or complete dickhead. Like there's not much in between. There is sometimes.
The thing is,
very rare.
I have those, but mine's not top and bottom. Mine's like passive, extremely angry. There's some like other than that gap is I can't be asked between it.
When you get angry, it's the funniest thing.
Because it's not anger. It's I don't know what it is.
One of my favorite joys is just to annoy you.
Yeah, I know.
And you.
The thing is, you know me better than anyone right at this point. whenever if I get that irked, you can't stop me. I will not go silent about it. If I drop a point or I just go, it's because I can't be asked.
You just can't be asked. You've gone.
So, for example, when me and Luke had the argument, I just gave up. I just couldn't be asked. It wasn't like, oh, I'm in the right. Fuck this shit. It was more of, it's 11 o'clock at night. I can't be asked. I went to bed.
If it helps, Archer dipped like 5 minutes later.
I jumped back into the stream the minute I was gone, and I was like, I could see people like briefly mentioning it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I can't be able to read it. I can't. I'm just going to annoy myself.
Oh, so shit, this was actually in stream.
It was R3 call, but it was playing clubs on Lynn stream.
Ah, right, okay. So it was like mentioned in stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more, and when we were talking in stream, like me and Archer about it, was just being like, yeah, there was something. I'm sure it'll be fine tomorrow. It was, yeah. Well, till like late evening. It was like the message was like, "We good," and then suddenly just straight into something. And so, yeah.
To be honest, I said
but
that
to like 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
I was annoyed the rest of that day and the rest of the morning. I was like, I can't be fucking asked. It's just pro clubs. I really can't be fucking asked.
I was just like, it's gonna be really awkward to reach out. I don't know if I can be asked to reach out. Like, it'll blow over when we have a call next or whatever.
I had a feeling that would be it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just bite it in the fucking bud because I know what I meant it as, but I know how it was interpreted. I can't change how it was interpreted at the moment. I wasn't going to fucking bother to change it. It is what it is. It happened so fucking quickly, so over the top for both of us that I was like, going to bed. It was one of those where like,
you just got to
I threw it at the wall and was like, yeah, it's fair. And then I saw Luke's response and was like, I got irked at it, and I don't know why I got irked. It was ... wasn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah, I literally went ... and then went like, Nath, like, this is, I have to respond to this. Like,
and then I was like,
I can't just sit here and take that in chat.
And then I was
like, take what? Like,
I couldn't figure out what he was on because again, I don't give a shit because it's not like I'm not passionate over pro club's pressure. It's like I thought that was the case because I wasn't meaning the whole game equalized because we did everything. It was more of it ended as a draw because we scored a goal in like the 80th minute or some shit like that. Like the whole game was shit. Everyone played shit. Luke started the game off and then we ended it. It was as simple as that. If anything, the three of us fucking saved that game. If we're deep in it.
Which is the credit I wanted. That's the credit I wanted.
That's all he wanted. No, and you didn't give him that.
It wasn't that. It was wrong phrasing. It's why I want to apologize because it was wrong phrasing, but I could see how it was interpreted. It's why I bit the bullet and messaged.
So you're not going to apologize because you phrased it wrong. I'm just seeing the you bit here, you're just there's this like whole bit here that you're like, I'm not going to apologize because this happened, and I'm over here, and I'm separate to that.
The main reason I got irked at you wasn't actually your reply. It was you going, no, I know how he meant it, but that's not what he said. And I was like, so why are we doing this? And I knew why we were doing
it. Because that's not what chat sees. I'm like, that's not chat is seeing this.
Yeah, but that point chat had gone by. I can't fucking asked.
They have.
The only people I cared about who were actually carrying was the people in the call. The rest of the fuckers, I don't give a shit. And if you hear it,
Highland. Hi.
Like Lynn,
if you made it to the end of the podcast, hello.
It's a long one. This is strap in, boys.
I've actually got to do editing. Like they won't know they wouldn't have known the context behind it. Callum tried to chirp at it, and I didn't fucking bite at the bait. I just left it. I left it, went to bed because it was otherwise I would have gotten a lot worse. I would have actually got into the angry that no James knows, and that wouldn't have been good for anybody.
As long as you guys are right now.
It's chill. It's pro clubs,
which is the main. And arguments and things are going to happen when playing like these sort of like multiplayer, where you got to work as a team and stuff like that's going to happen.
The problem is we knew what we were doing right. We couldn't fix what was going wrong, and we were getting annoyed at something that was out of our control. It was that simple. We couldn't.
If anything, a bit of advice is just blame Lyndon.
I mean,
he wasn't defense, to be fair. So
and when that fails, blame the defense and try not to blame the goalkeeper. Poor Flux.
Yeah, because he does.
Dude, I saw the Discord server and I was like, oh my god, another argument. Here we go. It's like another thing.
Yeah, he came into my stream the other week by himself and he was like, mate, I'm getting so much shit on clubs at the moment. I don't know what to do. I was like, mate, just don't give people shit.
I'll still play. I don't know.
No, because he was basically he had a really good set of games. He was being mouthy at the defenders. The defenders told him to shut the fuck up, and then he started. And then the next week, he stunk and was the worst player in the field, and everyone gave him shit for it. He didn't know what to do. I was like, mate, just don't say anything. Just
stay quiet.
Just be the young son.
This is the shout out he's been wanting. Being told, he was shit that week. Yeah, this is the shout out Flox asked for. It's like, he was shit last week, wasn't he?
He was really sweet about it, to be fair. But
he was.
But no.
Guys, I'll hop on again.
You on clubs would be the funniest fucking thing on the planet.
I mean,
I don't give a shit about anything.
Can we put you in that?
I will play it if it's.
Put him at striker.
You're asking him to replace.
You know what?
Just
right,
after we shouted him out.
The thing is, I've played on Lynn's stream, and I actually score goals.
You're actually alright.
I score goals.
He's after me.
No, he's after Archer.
He's going after my position.
He's after True. It's fine.
No, I actually score goals. Like, that's the thing. Like, I actually don't find it that difficult to sort of work as a team.
It's a bit of a striker. You just got to sit up there, don't you? Sit there and selfish runs.
The
thing is, though, some people play striker differently, though. There's those who drop deep and get the ball. There are those who do non-stop fuck off runs, as Luke just vivaciously showed that phase, because I knew he wasn't.
Oh, someone just hogs the ball and dribbles.
You knew you had to wait for me then.
I'm like, where's this going? I'm like, this has to change real quick.
Because I knew you were waiting for me to just stop. I was like, no, you need to.
I'm waiting for him to step in it here. He stepped in it. Is he going to step out of it?
Oh yeah, I fucking sidestepped that shit and put a fucking carpet down because I knew exactly what I was doing.
He did a Magnus special.
And then sometimes there's the guys who like to play as like the 6'8" fellas who just knock the ball down and do fuck all otherwise. I can't do that. I fucking hate you.
I was that last year.
True, actually. I remember that was quite fun. That was.
That worked.
No, I would. I don't know. I just feel like if people are on you, you just pass back and then.
I do genuinely think it's a lot calmer when there's a lot of people in VC though. A lot of people. Because I think
for a stream though, it won't work.
No, it doesn't.
It won't work because so many people be talking over each other.
And people get too awkward with each other, and that's quite funny.
If you're not streaming, I think it could work easy. But.
It depends on the people, though. I think if I think if you're a group of friends, it's fine because you know what to expect from them. If it's the most toxic shit on the planet, don't bother. But if it's the most offensive shit funny, then it's fine. Just be warning. Like I watch people who play clubs and they say some dastardly
questionable.
Oh yeah, I'll have to say.
I mean, it's not like a club session without like it's not a classic club session unless you're suddenly playing like 2009 Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
like
good times.
Or Modern Warfare 2 specifically, but yeah.
Well, talking of stuff that generally works. What will work now is us ending the pod.
Yes, or about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, what? Ending the pod already?
It's 2 hours.
Oh, god damn.
I know. We did our 40-minute session.
I know what he's implying. I know. I see you, James. I see you. Ending the pod.
Nah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you edit this at all, the full length, or do you just completely upload it, or do you like clout?
He normally doesn't.
I definitely have to edit this.
He definitely has to this week, but he normally doesn't have to.
I don't have to because it generally doesn't need.
This is about a double length.
There is about 30 minutes I can remove. I reckon. I think it'll be a maximum an hour and a half, hour and 20. I'm happy with that length.
I think a good podcast length is like an hour and 20. So
I'm fine with an hour and 20, hour and a half. 2 hours, no, it needs to be cut.
No one's gonna listen to 2 hours.
And if anything, it might actually end up being the last half an hour. But I'll have to listen to it through.
I mean, we do have like
you're gonna listen to it all the way through.
I know where to avoid, and I know where's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. Then. You do what you need to do. Did you? Well, obviously, I mean, you can edit this out. I mean, this
is all gone as well. Yeah, easily. But but what isn't gone is right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up this week. It's episode 7, I want to say, or is it 8? I could be completely wrong.
I feel it's 6.
No, 6 was last week.
No, it's 7 then.
Let me just double check before I
the hosts are now figuring out what episode they are on.
Yeah, we do.
Because you guys just bring out the content all the time, guys. You're smashing it.
We do.
We do.
It
is episode 7. This
is
7.
I'm not.
Right.
7.
So
lucky number 7.
As usual, Luke, have you got anything to promote or say?
No.
Right, James, want to plug your socials and say anything before we cut off?
Yes. Okay. So, like I said, I stream on Twitch, which is Nathan told me off here. Also, you guys will see me on TikTok, and hopefully, I'll get a link in there. So make sure you follow me on there. Yeah, currently doing story mode walkthroughs. Just want to say, boys, thank you for inviting me as your first guest. You guys absolutely smashed it as you always do, and I wish you guys the what
days do you normally stream?
What days do I normally stream?
Yes.
I don't even know myself.
You mentioned your stream, but not when.
Well, I don't know when I stream.
You're about to say he's adapted it, so he's no longer got a schedule,
baby.
Right?
No, just follow me.
Changed it.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah, follow.
I'll be there.
Probably 2 or 3 times in a week.
Yeah,
sure. Let's do that. If I'm not there, I'll be there. I'll be there soon.
He generally posts about it.
Yeah, boys, thank you for having me, and I wish you all the love and happiness in 2024.
No problem at all, friend.
No worries then. Right.